Welcome back to another episode of the Throttled Roots podcast, brought to you by Ventura Harley Davidson, premier Harley Davidson dealership in Southern California. New and pre-owned selections, always got the best selection out there. Parts, got them for you. And of course, they got their top-of-the-notch service department. I was just over there the other day. 100 years of experience between those service techs over there, man. Nice. So some good feelings, some good vibes when you go take your bike to a place like that. And of course, our homeboy Hale Speed. Have you seen Hale Speed, Mercedes?
Not yet.
You need to.
Okay.
Yes, I'll show you some of his stuff. He's coming out with some really cool machine stuff, some sprocket stuff. Yeah, so some performance-based stuff. Guy knows what he's doing. And you'll like this. And when he listens to this, industry guy, like really strong, like lifestyle motorcycle guy, our type of people, so to speak.
Yeah,
yes. So big shout out to Hale Speed. Go check them out on Instagram, Hale Speed. All right. And all that out of the way, we can get down to the fun part of it. Yes. I'm going to just introduce who I have with us today. I have the privilege, honor, humbleness of Art and his beautiful daughter, Mercedes, sitting down with us at the podcast. Thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be
here.
Yeah. I'm excited about this one, Art, because Mercedes, we did a little bit of a podcast. You watched it. You watched that one. And immediately she's like, I need to sit down with you and my old man. Like, I need to sit down with, I need to have my dad sit with you. Like right after we were done and we hit the end button, she's like, we need to do this. And that's why we're here today. Literally, that's where this thing spawned from.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
That's my handoff, man. Like, really? No. We're getting where. See, that's what we do around here. We just fuck around on here, man.
Where's the script?
No script around here, man. No script around here. No script. But I always like sitting down. Just we had a nice ride today, so I always just kind of like sitting down and talking to cool people, and people that put down miles, people that I can relate with. And my dad is the reason that I'm into this as heavily as I am. And from the conversations with Mercedes, you're the reason that she's heavily into this.
Well, I was real fortunate in bringing her up that she had that passion for motorcycles, and she started. I had a Heritage I bought new in 2000, and about that time she started riding on the back with me, and then came time for graduation from high school.
Yeah.
And
I told Ray about that.
I talked her mom into let's buy her a motorcycle, and her mom was like dead set against it. And all of a sudden,
imagine.
Yeah, she was. She's just saw what the whole world was all about, and she said no. And then all of a sudden, she says, "Okay, we'll get her a motorcycle." So we had at that time, I was not in the club, and we were members of the Hog. Which was it was a good thing at that time. We got to meet a lot of people and a lot of contacts, and got some good riding in, got some experience with that stuff. And Sadie's got accustomed to that world as well. And one of our friends in Hog was selling her motorcycle. It was a Dyna. What year was it?
01. It was 01.
Like an 01
lowrider.
Yeah, it was a lowrider Dyna.
I had that one too.
So Mercedes had never ever ridden a motorcycle before other than on the back with me. So we got her a Harley for her very first bike.
Damn.
For graduation.
That is a good dad right there.
I don't know what the hell we were thinking, but
that's a badass graduation.
That is a badass graduation.
So, being a responsible dad that I am, I go, well, you need to take the motorcycle safety course, right? So
fair enough.
So I took it with her because there's always something to learn. And I always tell this story.
No.
Yes, I'm ready.
I'd love to embarrass
I'm ready. Tell me.
Tell it.
She was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. I mean, I'm watching her, no hand-eye coordination.
Oh,
so true.
Falling into the turn, and just I'm just like
clumsy on the bike, huh?
She's got a Harley for her first bike. I'm going, oh my God. So she passed the course, thank God. And
how? Yeah, I was about to say how.
They let me do a couple of things over, whatever.
I think I slipped some, here's $5. So just go ahead and push her through it. No, she did. She kind of like got it, but still I could tell that she wasn't really, it didn't click with her yet.
Yeah.
So what I did was I live in San Diego. SeaWorld is right next to where I live pretty much, and they got a gigantic parking lot. So I started on a weekend, took the bike out there, brought her out there and got her on it and said, okay, I want you to go up and down the parking lot, do figure eights around the poles, do some shifting. And we'll see what happens. And I'm not kidding you, man. It's the very first time she was on that Harley, duck to water. I could just see it in her eyes. I still get kind of choked up about it because you could see that passion in her eyes. Boom.
It hit.
Yeah.
It hit.
It
man.
clicked. Yeah.
It hit.
And he was like, "Thank God."
Thank God. Exactly. So we did that probably about a month's worth, right
at
around in there,
least.
till I
Every
felt
weekend. Yep.
every weekend until I felt that, okay, well, she's getting, I go, okay, now we're going to go out on the street. You stay on my 5 o'clock, stay a bike length behind me, bike and a half. I'm not going to take you faster than I think that you can do. Trust me and stick with me. So we did that, and surface streets.
Another month, probably.
For about another month or so, right around there, I go, okay, now freeway. And as far as I was concerned, I think freeways are a little safer sometimes than surface streets, to be really honest with you.
You don't have as much cross traffic, all kinds.
But
pedestrians, all kinds of shit.
she had that passion for it and that aggressiveness, because when you're first riding, you got to be aggressive. You do. You start holding back, you're gonna get in trouble.
That's good advice.
You're gonna get in trouble.
As odd as it might sound to have to be aggressive, yes, but it's an aggressive, like in a defensive way.
Aggressive in a good way.
Yes.
Have some healthy fear to it, but don't be afraid. And your throttle is your friend. Yeah. Throttle is your friend.
If you're gonna do something, do it.
Exactly.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate because you're gonna get whacked.
Yeah.
So we did freeway for a while, and then up into the mountains, twisties and stuff. And man, I'm telling you, here she is today, and on your 4th Harley, and rides better than
my bagger.
A lot of the people that I ride with now, and got more miles under her belt than a lot of people have. And I'm just really happy that she's turned out to be the good rider that she is, and she's always been my wingman, and sticks right with me. We're side by side. We've got tens of thousands of miles.
I followed you guys for 30 miles, 40 miles today, and I could see the connection with you guys with the hand signals and just your,
she's,
sticking your foot out.
She turned out to be a really good rider, and I'm really thankful for that. And I'm happy. So
that's experience. That's experience and miles on the road and stuff, right?
Miles and miles and miles.
Yeah,
on the road.
that comes with
and
it.
mistakes.
And
mistakes.
being the girl that she is like we would. How many Sturgis have you done now? 8 Sturgises. So the first couple of Sturgis that we went to, okay, Sage, you got to pack, and we're going to be cold weather, hot weather, whatever. So, oh my God, she would have that bike just
packed,
I pack my own shit, though.
down.
That's the thing. I pack my own shit.
Tons of
Nobody
clothes,
carried stuff for me.
5 pairs of
on
boots.
a Dyna.
I'm going.
She would look like Sanford and Son on a motorcycle.
She did. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
So a funny story. We're coming back from a Hollister trip that we did with a bunch of friends, and I think where were we near Ventura? Or where were we?
Santa Maria.
Santa Maria, Paso Robles area. Basically that area. So I'm riding behind her, and I'm looking up ahead.
A pack of 20 people,
and I'm seeing her
and
bag.
I'm in front. It's always Dad. Dad's always the leader of any pack, and then I'm right.
But I was in back this time because I saw it happen.
You?
Yeah, I was behind you when I saw it happening. I'm riding behind her, and I'm seeing her bag do this.
Oh shit!
Do this, and I'm going,
shit!
Oh man!
Just
all
trying
of a
to
sudden,
get somewhere.
All of a sudden, it flies off. And I'm like all
snapped.
over the road. Shit just exploded everywhere. Clothes.
A semi hit my bag, and
Yard
it just
sale.
Cars going like this. Bikes going like this.
I felt so bad.
God.
Oh my God!
So we all pull over. We walk back. We're trying to find all our clothes.
Panties, bras all over the side of the
Boots are all
road.
ripped up because we found everything but the motorcycle jacket that I gave her
my
to wear.
Thick leather one.
Nice motorcycle jacket. I'm like, I never thought. Oh well, it's out in the bushes somewhere. We'll never ever find that thing. So we packed all our stuff in all our bags. We're back on the road, and about 5 miles up the road, there's a highway patrolman had somebody pulled over. Right. So we kind of slow down, and I look over, and there's this lady and the cop, and they're standing by her front wheel, looking at her front wheel. And I'm going, what the hell? And I notice. There's my jacket was wrapped around her front wheel.
Oh,
and I'm going, Sadie, did you have any ID in that jacket? No.
Keep going later. Keep on rolling, baby.
So it happened on a Sunday, so we'd call her Sunday after that. So it was
okay. We'll write that one down, Joe.
Thanks.
Sunday.
So I'll have to give her this. She does pack all her own stuff. She's not a morning person, likes to get up late, but
I know. I found out.
Okay, when I'm on the road, it's like, okay, kick stands up at 7. We're on the road. if you're not with us, catch up. But she'll wake up at 6:45.
Yep.
And,
No joke.
but she's ready.
No joke.
And all of a sudden, there she is. I'm going, okay, well, all right.
Yeah, hey.
So I can't bitch.
No,
Still do.
I still do. But I mean,
well, that's what dads are supposed to do. We're supposed to bitch a little bit here and there.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be ready, guys. So,
yes.
So she's turned out to be pretty good that way. And I'll have to give her this. We've been on some roads, some trips to Sturgis and stuff to where, I don't know if you've ever been to Sturgis, but
Are you trying to rub it in again? Shit, man. This is a theme of yours today, dude.
it's like 10 times.
This is a theme of yours today.
But you have to pack.
Four Corners. Have you been to Sturgis? I'm going over here tomorrow. I'm retired. I'm half a mile from the beach. Fuck, man. All right.
Life is good.
The plane over here.
Life is good. So
No, I have not been to Sturgis.
Okay, you go to Sturgis, and the way we go is up into Utah through the parks and through Grand Junction, Colorado, and then up into Wyoming and into Sturgis. Anyway, so but on the trip, you've got to pack for super hot weather, cold weather.
Yep.
Rain,
You got to have everything,
hail.
right?
Yeah.
We have been in such shit weather sometimes that rain so hard you can't see in front of you. Your glasses are filling up with water, freezing cold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's never bitched once. And I got to tell you, man, that's
Do you have the
pretty damn
mic
good.
on in your helmet? Because you're probably bitching the whole fucking way.
Do you remember the
Fuck
time?
this fucking bullshit.
You know what?
I can't see.
What the
Just my
fuck
hair.
is my
My
dad
hair's
doing?
on my tie. I'm doing yeah, on and on.
There's been a
My
few
makeup's
times.
fucking
Yes.
running, and I
Oh my
can
God.
only
No, I
imagine
don't.
that.
At the
Yeah,
gas
me
stop,
neither.
it's,
I don't
hey,
wear
how's it
makeup on the
going?
road.
Yeah, feel great.
Hail,
It's fine.
boots full of water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Do you remember the time we came back from Sturgis one year and we coming back through Wyoming? It was mid-August and it was the
Oh.
coldest ride I've
I've ever been on.
ever been on. It was so cold. We had every piece of gear you had, raincoat over all your clothes, trying to stay
Looking
warm.
like the puff marshmallow
Yes.
man.
That's
She was
exactly
like-
what I looked like.
she was like the
I
Michelin
was
Man.
like this.
She couldn't get on her bike. She goes,
I couldn't lift
Dad, I
my
can't
leg.
lift my
I
leg
can
up.
lift my leg over the bike.
I had to go there and get her leg up over the thing. And of course, then you got to pee. And it's like, ah.
Yeah.
Like the kid on Christmas
Yeah.
Story.
Yep. Kept the arms down.
But it was, but we've had
It's
some
adventures.
We've had some
What
damn
that
good
is.
adventures, and when we do our Sturgis trips, it's usually at least 2.5 weeks, and
Yeah.
we'll make it up in 3 days, party there for 4 or 5 days or so, right around
Yeah.
in there, and then we take a week and a half, 10 days, and we come back to go a different route. So we've
Every
been
time,
like
yeah.
all over, and those are the best parts.
That's cool.
We're just off the freeways and just little towns and talking to people, and
Yeah.
we've had so many good spiritual for us.
Yeah.
I've always said, I'd rather be riding thinking about God than in church thinking about riding, so it's like,
Yep.
It's good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah,
it's good. I
it's
might
like-
steal that from
Yeah,
you, man. 'cause
sometimes-
That's
I mean,
yeah.
sometimes it's like,
That's a
God,
good one.
early
Yeah.
morning and you're out there and you're
Oh.
smelling everything and it's the God's big blue bowl over you. And it's just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this
Well,
is
Yeah.
like insane.
I've said it before. It's something you can say all that and people can understand it, but until you do it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
until you fucking,
Yeah.
and the reason
Yeah.
that you feel that way is because you've done it over and over in different places,
And
beautiful
it's-
places,
and
all
it's
that.
always
riding.
new. It never gets old. It
Yeah.
never-
Even if it's the same road.
even if it's the same road.
Same road can be
Sure.
80 degrees one
Time,
time and
yeah.
piss and rain the next
Sure.
time.
Yep.
It's a different
Sure.
ride. It's a different
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's just something about that, man. And
Yeah,
you can't
it's-
unless you ride it, unless you get to the point of where you enjoy it. Because there is the point of, oh crap, this is a death machine.
Well,
I'm gonna
Yes,
get killed.
That
Well,
too.
You
that
got to
too.
get over that.
Well,
and then
Yeah.
I've been down twice and Sadie's has been down a couple of times.
Yep.
And it's that old cliche of it's not if, it's when
yeah.
kind of thing, So
Yeah.
thank the road gods that, we're here talking about it. And because we have friends that aren't here. So
But that's
Yeah.
there's
how
always that part of it.
that's of course, yeah. We know that every time we throw our leg over
Sure,
the
sure.
seat,
That's
that's
why,
what it is.
whenever we say goodbye to each other or whatever on the bikes, I give her a
It's-
hug
yeah.
because
Yeah.
Could
you
be
never
the
know.
last time.
could
I
be the
know.
last time you
Yep.
see this person,
Very
So
It was a couple of podcasts ago. I heard it right before I came onto the podcast. But one of the things that we take for granted the absolute most is just getting up and leaving and expecting that you're going to come back. We don't
yeah.
even I'll see you later. I'll be back,
Right.
but that's like
Not
exactly
guaranteed.
one of the
right.
things that we take for granted,
That's right.
probably the absolute fucking most
Absolutely.
Or
every
vice
single day.
versa,
Yes.
getting home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, absolutely.
enjoy it.
There's-
There's a risk in everything we do. We understand
Yeah,
that,
but you know what? It's like if it's your passion, it's your passion. What are you gonna do? Sit on the couch with your remote control and
just
waste your
not
life
live.
away? It's
Yeah,
like
live.
there's so many
What do they-
cliches about it.
What do
About
they say? If you go down, if I died
I've
riding,
done
my,
doing the-
I'm
yeah,
that's such a
die-
cliche,
no, I
but
die
it's-
with a
I think
smile on
it's
my
true.
face.
you don't want it to happen, but
No.
No, of course
you know,
not. Yeah.
So it's like, but we've had some really damn good times on the road, and like I said, it is spiritual for
Yeah.
us, and
And really shitty times too. I mean, there's been times I've been bawling because I was scared, or I mean, it happens, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'm grateful that I can get off the bike and hug my dad.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we get a motel room. I take a hot shower. Perspective comes back, and I'm like, I'm out here with my dad.
Yeah.
You know, and when he's not around one day, that will never happen. You're expected to live forever. But I'll remember those things, you know, or I'll smell something and I'll be instantly transported back to where we were in Colorado in 2015. I'll remember that moment when I looked over at him and he looks at me, you know, and we're like, and we're just like, insane, you know? It's insane.
There's that level of maturity, riding maturity that you reach, what you're talking about. And then there's just the other, you know, crossing, you know, bar to bar and bar. And when you hit to, and I'm only using it in the context of, I always urge people to get out there. Like you're riding miles, Mercedes, you're putting down miles. Joe and you and I have put down miles. And I'm only saying that in the perspective of, it's a different type of feel, like what you're talking about, the experiences, the breakdowns, the funky conversation that you met with the people in the town. Getting outside just the, you know, the local kind of quick hopping thing. It's a totally different world. Same bike, same activity, but different stuff. So get out there and experience it. As I'm a huge advocate. You're leaving for Oklahoma.
Going to Oklahoma in a couple of days, and then up into Canada and around the lakes, and do another little sojourn. So
there you go.
Looking forward to it.
Get out there and experience.
It's gonna be a short one. It'll be about 7,000 miles, I think, by the time we're done.
A short one. Joe all modest, art just all out there. Just a quick, just a short one.
Real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to the store real quick. I'll be right back.
Some people have 2012s that don't even have 12,000 miles.
Yeah,
I know.
7,000.
Yeah, I had the Heritage that I had that I bought you that she rode on. I gave, after her Dyna, I gave her my Heritage, and I bought a Street Glide in 07. I rode that for 140,000 miles, traded that in on a Road Glide. And I love this Road Glide. It's a great bike. She rode the hell out of my Heritage after I gave it to her. So it was pretty crazy. And it was kind of hard, you know, bringing her up in the, as a single dad in the biker world, quote unquote. You know, because you know, it's just a lot of crazy people out there, especially on motorcycles.
Oh, I know.
But you know, we'd go to Sturgis, and you were, how old were you? 18, I think.
No, my first Sturgis, I was 20. I couldn't even get in a bar. We couldn't get in the bars.
18, 20. Yeah, couldn't even get the bars. But you know, all these gnarly people walking around. You know, funny when she could get in the bar. You know, we would hang out in Deadwood and at a local bar there, Slough Number 10, and sitting on the counter and stuff, and guys would walk by giving her the eye, and I go, keep moving, buddy. There ain't nothing to see here.
Just saying that.
She's going, Dad. Don't you dad me.
Blocking like crazy. Yep.
It's been that way every single Sturgis.
But you know what?
Every single Sturgis.
I tried to be a good example, as corny as that sounds. I was never a big drinker. And whenever I'm riding, I'll have a couple of beers, but that's about it for me. Yeah. Because I don't like to be impaired in any way. It's hard enough as it is. And I think you kind of picked up a lot of that as far as, you know, I wasn't a real hard partier, bar to bar to bar to bar.
Yeah.
And, you know, she kind of like took that up, and she's very, very responsible. And I'm thankful for that. Thank God. But,
you have to be. Yeah.
But it was tough.
It's kind of it is the way you raise them. You know, that's what it kind of boils down to, man. I have a choice to raise my kids and just shelter them from this type of stuff, like me working in the garage, my friends coming over, having a beer in the garage, like seeing it done responsibly.
Sure.
Kind of, it's kind of the way that you raise them, you know.
There's little sponges. I mean, the way you act around people, to women, to whatever, that's the world to them. That's how the world is supposed to be.
Yep.
So, you know, she didn't ask to be here. So it's like, I'm doing the best I can to make it the best I can for her. So,
and by himself, you know, because he's raised me since I was 4.
It's hard at times, but I mean, you know, it was never ever a point in my time where I regretted that decision I made to take that burden. That wasn't a burden. I shouldn't even call it a burden.
It's okay. Only
to
now
take
is
that task on, you know, and do the best I really had to clean my act up, man. When she was born, I'm telling you, I was 35 when she was born. So I got pretty much my wildness out of the way.
Yeah.
So when we had her, my social life wasn't really there anymore. And my whole thing was to make sure that she was taken care of and loved, and knew that she was number one. She was my priority. Never had a babysitter. I don't think you ever had a babysitter. And took her with me everywhere I went. And
usually sometimes to work, because you used to work 7 days a week.
Sometimes I had to take her to work.
I was sleeping under his desk.
Under my boss's desk. And I hated that, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well, you did what you had
Do
to
what
do.
you got to
Dad.
do.
What you got to do.
Yeah.
You do what you got to do. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
I think it's a thing where you, as a kid, they don't understand it all the time. So you go through those thoughts of what you're saying right now. But as the kid gets older, they understand and they respect it and they understand it.
Absolutely.
Because my dad was the same way. He worked all the time and missed baseball games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know what
It's
I mean?
tough.
And it was like,
but it was for you.
as a kid, I was like, damn, dude, you can't. But now it's like, hey, he worked his ass off to get what he has and give me the life that I have.
She tells me once in a while that, hey, Dad, I really appreciate what you did for me. And private schools, you're always in a private school. And, and you're always taken care of and loved, and that was the main thing. So,
yeah.
Well, I can still remember, you were a single dad and working 7 days a week, putting me through private school. I still had my own room. I still had food. Sometimes it was ramen, but we still had food. And I never went, but I never, and an egg, but I never went without, and not all kids can say that, and even the kids that have the most could still be total shits, so it's my responsibility to live in honor of what you've done.
And having the most isn't always
absolutely. It's not always right. Exactly.
I used to work in that right there is what I saw a lot of. I used to work in the Malibu, Calabasas area, and I'd go into these people's homes, and I'd see the mom and the dad. You go to the home and you're like, holy crap! You got to work your whole life, or you got to have a nice job to afford this shit, right? Well, the nanny and them are taking care of the kids, right? And it's crazy because when I'd walk into those situations, I started to realize I'm like, you know what? As a kid or even as an adult, it's like, oh, I want everything you have living up on that hill and that house and all that shit. But then I see these kids and I'm thinking, yeah, but these motherfuckers want what I got, which is love and affection and home and shit like that. Because they don't have, they got every fucking gadget and shoe and shirt and car and all the crap that could ever want. So sometimes we want that, but on the flip side of it, kids need that type of shit.
Stuff. I thought I was pretty strict with you a lot of times. I mean,
me too. You didn't even let me shave my legs until I was in high school. I'm traumatized by that, by the way.
Bed by 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry for that one, Mercedes. Yeah, that one.
I was traumatized. Yeah, bed by 9 o'clock until I went to college. That was all through high school.
Homework first.
No TV during the week. Yep.
You can read all you want, but
and I love to read. So thank you for that.
See, and there's reasons. See, and that's exactly what Joe said, is that as kids or as young people, we're like, you're so mean, and then it's, well, you'll find out why we're doing it later on.
Well, you're not their friend, you're their parent.
Well, I firmly believe that
the truth.
They need to know
my
that
kids that all the time.
Your actions have consequences.
Absolutely.
So stay between the lines, but don't be crazy about it. But I mean, there's a reason that I tell you to do whatever it is that I tell you to do, and if I discipline you and it's hard, I sat you down on my knee after whatever and told you, here's what happened.
Yep.
Here's why I did what I did.
It was never physical discipline.
Never spanked her ever.
No.
Let her know that, okay, you fucked up and here's what happened. I still love you, and let's
That's
not do that again.
Yeah. I'm a dad to 3 girls, man. So I know the discipline.
It's tough with girls.
You got I fucking I'll do, you got to do that, right? And they know, oh shit, and they'll cry because they know dad means business, right? And they know they did something wrong. But 5-10 minutes later, I'm over there like, hey, listen, I don't want to do that shit. I'll tell her like that. I tell my oldest one like that now, but the young ones, hey, I don't say I'm sorry. I said, hey, you did this.
Right.
This is the reason why, in a calm tone,
of course,
explanation way. But at first, you're going to get the wrath. You got to get the wrath first.
I don't like the wrath.
I think that's a big part of disciplining as well.
Me too.
Letting them know why.
Absolutely.
Why.
And I think that's why kids are so messed up. A lot of them today is because there's no responsibility. They have no responsibilities. They're given everything, and they can do anything they want without fear of any kind of retribution for whatever it is that they do. And it's a sad situation.
It's going to be a rare breed growing up now. It's going to be the rare ones like us that instill it in our kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then hopefully they instill it.
Well,
and it's going to be
less
very
and less.
minimal.
Yeah, less and less.
But
you do the best you can and try to give them a good base, good morals, and lack of a better term, and to be a good person. And then once they're on their own and thinking for themselves, which they need to do, and out on their own and meeting other people, man, it's just you're tossing the dice and you're hoping that they retain that whatever it is that you tried to teach them. And,
Good advice.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah. I think that scared you a little bit though too. Like when we first got into this
I was scared
world.
the whole time since
No,
you were born.
I mean the writing.
We never
world.
we're
never
figuring it
not
out
scared
every
of
day.
it.
What is this?
Yeah, what's
What
going
do I
on?
do with this? Where's the
Yeah.
Where's the
manual?
instructed manual? But
How, you were 35?
Yeah.
You're a little bit. See,
Yeah.
my first was 23.
Ooh.
Yeah, my first
You were
was 23.
I got
Joe,
you beat
what?
21.
21.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I was a month into being 21.
Yeah.
Just a
Young.
kid.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
baby's having a
I
baby.
never
Right.
got to live.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
That time's over.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, too
I
bad.
love you.
No, I enjoy my life.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a
Of
great
course,
time.
of
I drink my
course.
beer and
Yeah.
Yeah.
smoke
It's a
my
different
pen
life.
and-
Get to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go to work every
exactly.
day, come
Sure.
home, and
Yep.
Sure.
Have
Work with
amazing
this guy
kids.
over here.
yeah, I got great
I don't know.
kids.
Yeah.
Hang
I
out with
wouldn't-
Ray.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Having the kids at a
Yeah.
younger age.
Would I go back and utilize
Use a
the
condom?
knowledge that utilize the knowledge,
Oh, nice.
the knowledge that I have?
Well,
Yeah.
You know, the knowledge
For sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
would I
Sure.
change anything? No, hell no. It made me who I am.
Well, you know,
today,
there's
and,
the thoughts
you know,
of have your kids while you're young and you'll still be young enough to do things
Yup.
with them kind of thing while they're growing up, or wait and get all your
or have a
crazy-
life again.
Yeah. Or have a life again.
That's what I'm kind of beneficial
'Cause,
of.
like,
I mean, I got to enjoy
yeah.
like playing. Was young enough to play baseball
Sure,
and
exactly.
run around with my kids
Exactly.
and take them dirt bike riding
Sure,
and all
yeah.
that good stuff,
Yeah,
you know. And
Because a lot of
now they're older, and I'm 40,
Yeah.
you know, be 40 this year. So it's like, okay, now they're old enough to where they're can't take care of themselves, but
somewhat
I'm able
self-sufficient.
to go out. They're at home right
Yeah.
now. I'm able to go for a ride and
Sure.
hang out here for a couple
Sure.
hours and then go home. And
Yeah.
they're comfortable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm on.
Fun.
I decided
fortunate.
I'm going to start all over. Dumb.
Oh, God.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, no, I know.
Wow.
No, my wife wanted kids of her own, and you find a good woman, and you kind of, you settle down,
Why
I guess,
not?
so to
Yeah,
speak. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah.
Why not?
So,
Yeah.
and I enjoy doing it again at an older age.
Oh,
It's shit, man. It's a lot of work. Don't get me fucking wrong on this
so
bullshit,
tiring.
man.
I'm
This
telling you,
I'm
that's-
exhausted
with
every
two.
day.
No.
yeah,
Two,
a lot of
yeah.
work with one.
2-year-old and a
Oh my
1-year-old.
God.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, but at an older age, and I guess I can kind of relate to you in that sense. You did at 35. Let's see, I was 38, 37 when Hannah was born.
Wow.
Oh, and now you got Grace.
And then I got Grace, so
Wow.
I was
Good for
she's
you.
a year and a half. So I got 2-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
But doing it at a little bit of an older age, different perspective
Yeah.
for me because
Yeah.
I did it at a young
The
age.
honeymoon lasts a little longer than
Yeah.
Just a week, didn't it?
Yeah. But I'm also like with my youngest one, man, I didn't know what I was job to job. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, like that was a struggle.
That's some
That
scary
was a
stuff.
struggle. That was
Yeah.
like, how am I going to pay this shit? How is this going to happen now?
Yeah.
I can relieve the stress of the financial portion a little bit more. Trust me, I'm
Sure.
still fucking always
Well,
stressed.
we
We,
always
live
are.
here in California for fuck's
motorcycles.
sake. Yeah, we got motorcycles,
Yeah.
house payment,
Yeah.
2 kids, private school, the same
Yeah.
thing, just like you
Yeah.
did for her. It's the same concept, but I don't carry that stress as much, I
Right,
guess,
right,
But
right. Well, you like to say you're a little bit more mature, I guess. you
yeah,
know,
fuck
for
that.
life.
I don't
tired.
say that.
Tired.
Yeah, more exhausted.
Yeah.
That's for
Thank you.
damn sure.
So
That's for sure.
it's been a journey, but here we are, and
Yeah.
I'm really happy with the person that she's turned out to be. And I think the greatest compliment you can get as a parent is when somebody comes up to you and goes, "Hey, I met your daughter, man. She's awesome. Good, she's a great person." I'm going, "Oh, okay."
He gets that once in a
That's
while.
cool.
I
Yeah,
get that
every-
once in a
yeah.
while, not
Yeah.
always, but I get
Yeah.
that once in a
Yeah,
while.
depends
So-
who you ask.
and
Yeah.
I can kick back and know that she's responsible, can take care of herself, and can handle money, and is not in debt. Well, now you are because you bought
Well,
a
I just
house.
bought a house.
Congratulations.
I mean,
That's a good debt to be
A
in.
good debt.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
good
yeah,
debt.
Yeah.
It's an adult debt, I guess
Yes.
you could say.
It's an
So,
investment.
but she turned out to be a good kid, and
That's
I'd
good.
like her
Yeah,
even
it's
if she
not a
wasn't
bagger
kid.
debt.
Yeah.
that's
Oh, I paid that off.
Yeah, good for you.
Exactly.
But yeah, you did. On that note, Art, you did raise,
Thanks, Ray.
homeowner now.
Ugh.
Like
God.
in California, for God's
Yeah.
sake, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, especially if you can
Fucking
buy
San
in
Diego.
today's shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
San
San
Diego
Diego.
too. Fuck.
Yeah.
She met the right guy, and I loved him to death. He's my club brother, and he's a great guy. They love each other, and
How long you guys been together now, Mercedes?
It'll be 4 years this year.
4
Not-
years?
Not as long as most people, but when you
Married 4 years?
No, not married 4 years, but married 1 year, together 4. But
Okay.
I'm sure my dad worried about me a lot, especially being in this community. There's a lot of fucking scumbags, and I went through them. And every time he would be there to hold me while I cried, about whatever
Yeah.
man hurt me or whatever, and I'm sure it killed him as a parent.
I imagine.
You know,
and
because I just kept picking the same, because you need to be with somebody who shares your passion. So it was going to be somebody who rode motorcycles, and you know, I'm in that club. I'm around the club life. I have been since I was 14. Like, it was most likely going to go that direction, and he just watched me, you know, have to feel those heartbreaks. And I can't even imagine as a father what that feels
and
like
that's
for your
the hard
child.
part about being the dad. I'm sure you know is
Yeah.
like there's that point to where you got to like back off and you're always the dad. You know,
Yep.
I'll never ever stop being
Yeah.
the dad.
Yeah.
But you've got to back off and, you know, just be there as a friend and let you make your mistakes and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and be there. So
Yeah.
that's
Right.
hard for me to do.
Well, we were
sometimes.
talking about it.
They're not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
gotta-
So
you gotta
true.
know.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
know.
true.
And whatever more you push on them, they're going to look the other way,
Yep,
man.
here you go.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
a mistake, and
Yeah.
you're going to come.
You
running
know it
back
all,
to me.
baby girl. Go ahead. Yeah.
I remember you telling me, because I saw a guy and you're like, oh, he doesn't even have a job. We know him. Stay away from him. First boyfriend went right for that one. And I'm sure he was like, ugh, you know, so,
Well,
but thank God now. But.
I'll use it to my wife. We were talking about it at breakfast, is that you have to kind of go through that type of shit to
Yeah.
find out what it is that you, because the first one shouldn't be the only one, because you don't know what it is that, I mean, it can be, you know, but you kind of need to figure out what it is, your likes, your differences, who
Gotta
you
go
can
through a
deal
few,
with.
I guess.
Yeah.
That guy was an asshole. I don't want anybody like
Yeah.
that. I want, you know, and
Right.
so
Right.
it's shitty that's kind of life teaches you lessons in that way. But
Yeah.
what's the most important part about it is that you learn from it. You know, if you
Hopefully.
don't learn from it,
Hopefully.
then yeah,
Hopefully.
It's
hopefully.
life, man.
Sometimes it takes a couple tries
Oh,
to
yeah.
learn from it,
Yeah.
You know.
but if you do,
We get there.
you'll be much
I think
better.
if we'd never learned anything from the lessons, man, we'd all be miserable.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think so too.
We're just
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the same thing
Sure.
over and over.
Yeah.
Some of us
Exactly.
still do.
You know, you'd be a robot. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So you live and learn. So it makes you choose different ways and paths and decisions about life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the way it is.
So tell me, Mercedes told me a little bit that she was able to ride her Harley to her graduation. I heard a little bit about her being able to ride the Harley to the graduation.
Barely.
No, you didn't write it there. We brought it there. You were like, oh.
That's because I had to be it was in a white gown.
She was in the graduation
Oh.
thing, you know. And this was at an all-girls Catholic school.
Yeah.
High school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Our Lady of Peace.
He never had to worry about dating. He never had to
So-
worry about boys.
which was kind
It
of strange
all
too.
of that. You thought I was going to be a lesbian. I'm pretty sure you thought I was going to be a lesbian.
Well, you set her
Because
up for it.
I never wore
I know, right?
dresses. Had a Harley.
When she
yeah.
was young, I'd buy her dresses and I'd have to throw them away with a tag still on them. And, you know, well, whatever, you know. So,
Now
but,
we wear them.
but she was always in like a performing arts academy kind of thing up through, you know, before high school, and then complete turnaround right into a all girls Catholic school, stay between the line kind of thing. And it was a big change for you,
Yeah.
I'm sure. But it turned out well. It was a great school. And so she was always the oddball out, you know, Nora Mercedes. She was always, you know, a little left to center.
Yeah.
So at a graduation, she's in her white gown, and she was wearing her Harley boots. We painted them white so they would like
Because it was a mandatory. It was
you had to have white shoes. So
Oh,
okay, well,
really?
my
Yeah.
Harley boots, we'll paint them white. Okay. So,
Yeah.
so then took her out and showed her bike, and she was all like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the the high school was like, you can't walk down. You can't graduate if you wear those boots. And I was like, I'm wearing them.
Really?
And she did.
And I did.
Even
Yep.
if they were white?
Didn't care. It didn't fit the what they were looking for, that Catholic girl image, what they were trying to project. I never was the whole time I was there. And I think it frustrates my dad sometimes, maybe not so now, but you know, he raised me as a single Hispanic father. So he was always going to raise me to be a strong woman. But I think that bit him in the ass for a while, sometimes too, because sometimes the pendulum swings, right? So I felt like I had something to prove, especially in a male dominated culture. So I swung this way, you know, and I was like, fuck you. I'm going to, you know, not to dad, but,
Yeah.
you know, just had that general attitude, and I had to bring it back, you know, to center, because you can't treat people like that. So,
Yeah.
and it got me in a lot of trouble. I mean, it got, you know, my mouth got me in a lot of trouble sometimes, you know, so now I kind of try to bring it back. Yeah.
We've all been there, you know. You learn lessons, we go through shit, you
Yeah.
know. We go through learning
That's-
spurts, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck, I had the tips of my hair bleached at one point, for fuck's sake.
love
wow.
the frosty
Yeah,
tips.
exactly. Because
Yeah.
it was a fucking thing,
That
and
was
the
a thing,
girls
yeah.
like that. I'm like, oh, the girls like it. I'm
I'm
with
gonna
it.
do it.
You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it if that's what works. You
I'd
know.
do that now if I had hair.
Speaking of, I like what you do have with the hair, man. I don't even think
The
I could
little
grow
rat
that.
tail.
Yeah, the little
Little
tail
tail
right
in the
there,
back.
man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I had one for a long time.
Yeah, you did.
Years ago, I
Yeah,
had like a
yeah.
rat tail about this long hanging down my
Gross,
back. I was
Dad.
bald.
Gross.
Gross, Dad. Stop.
But it's the only place I can grow hair, so I'll
Yeah,
grow it.
I can't grow it up there,
I
man.
can't either.
I
yeah,
can't.
I can't either. Actually, I like shaving my head though. I've been shaving my head since 2000, and I like it. I
Yeah.
like it a lot.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's nice and easy.
Cleaner.
It's easy.
It's
Showers
easy.
are like that. You
Yep.
know, you don't have to worry about product.
Shampoo. Yeah.
So I got to ask that, why a Harley? What made you decide? Like, what was it you said, we're buying
For
her
her?
this? Yeah, we're buying her a Harley for her 17th birthday or for her graduation.
But I was 17.
Yeah.
I think it
was there
just-
interest in it before? I mean,
With him.
obviously you riding with him, but I mean riding, like her own riding. Was
No.
it mentioned?
No, not until he got his. I've never ridden a dirt bike in my life. I would love to ride a dirt bike. I've never ridden one.
You
No.
still haven't?
Never. I've never ridden a
Oh,
dirt bike.
man.
Never been to the
Oh.
desert. Never been any of those places.
If you went over the hill, that would have counted probably. Would have said that. If you went
well,
rode
Joe's
onto
the
the
idiot
bluffs.
that went over the hill.
On the
So
floorboards.
yeah.
cowboying it over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys
sure.
could've made
You know
it.
what? I'm not sure if it was a conscious decision that it was going to be a Harley. I think it was just a matter of happenstance that our friend was selling her bike. So it's like, okay, it just worked out that way.
I
So
gotcha.
I'm glad it did actually. So
Well, we're a Harley family. I
We've
mean,
always
you
been a
got
Harley.
a Harley because that was one of your. You
I-
had a Harley when you were.
I was
younger.
17, 18,
You had like a chopped out
had a
sporty.
chopped out sporty. That's what I rode, Ironhead,
Yeah, it's kinda
Kickstart
in the
sporty, and that's what I rode back in the day. And then always been a Harley family. Yeah, I've never really had any kind of sport bikes or anything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's myself. I'm
Yeah.
born and raised into the Harleys
Yeah.
pretty much. I had a sport
Leaky.
bike at one point, but
I'd kill
born
myself.
and
on a
raised.
sport
I
bike.
would too.
That's why
Oh
I
my
sold
God.
it. I had it for about a year and I sold it.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm gonna kill
Nah,
myself on this.
nah.
thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Besides being too old and I can't ride hunched forward all the time.
Yeah. I started there too. I started there because I couldn't afford the Harley, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
I started there, and I watched my dad go, I want one of those things.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
never fucking tell him though.
Yeah.
I'd always give bust his balls like,
Dude,
that thing's a fucking piece of shit.
Don't
Go
give me
slow,
that.
I was over there,
That's
wow.
badass.
But
Yeah.
reality was, I'm like, I wanted
Right.
one of them motherfuckers,
Right.
It's still an American dream, I feel like, for a lot of people. The Harley, it may not be all American parts, obviously, but I still think it represents something. And for Dad, I think it represented that.
Yeah.
He always wanted one after he sold it when I was born. He finally got it. He finally got it when I was 14, and it's just gone from ever since.
Yeah, I
You know?
think you're absolutely right. It's that we were talking about it earlier. It is a status thing, but Harley sells a lifestyle.
Yes.
Is more,
absolutely.
more than a
Absolutely.
motorcycle, and
Yes.
and like it's what Mercedes is saying is that lifestyle is like the top of the food chain when it comes to like the motorcycling world. So that's why people aspire, I think, to go and own the Harley Davidson. Everything below that, it's like the food chain is like Harley sitting at the top.
Triumph,
Yeah, and
Indian.
it rumbles, it's chrome,
Yeah.
people know what it is. It just has
That's nostalgic.
It carries a different type of, machismo
I guess
sort of to
yeah,
it,
for
you
sure.
know. Yeah. But so this ride that's going on to Oklahoma, then you guys are traveling, you guys will be on the road for
It'll be
few weeks?
Close to a month for me on this particular trip. Headed up to Vegas, meeting a club brother and riding to Oklahoma City from there. And then he and I are taking off northwest.
are you visiting
East,
any
northeast.
places that you have not yet been to along this trip?
I'm
Like-
sure we will.
Okay. You're just
I'm sure we will.
kind of going
Yeah,
then.
but being in the club, I've got places to stay just about everywhere. So that's the nice part about my brotherhood is that they're always willing to take care of you if you're in town, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And there's always somebody there. If you get in trouble out in the middle of nowhere, make a call. Somebody's
Yep.
going to be there for you, which I think is awesome.
That's the network,
I
man.
love that, man.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
the network.
So leaving Oklahoma City, we'll travel north to Michigan, visit friends, family there, cross over into Canada, right around the lakes in Canada, come back down around Duluth and head west across the top and then down the coast again.
Gonna be a damn good
Be a
time,
fun
man.
trip.
Yeah,
Be a
it's
fun
gonna
trip.
be a good time.
Yeah.
Gonna have to pack accordingly.
Hey,
And I like
hey,
yes.
5 pairs of jeans.
Do you get?
Okay.
Is that you got it down now?
Pants, boots.
Do you have it down now? You got a little bit more
I'm
of a
better
system.
about it.
She's
I'm
pretty
better
good about it,
now.
actually. Yeah,
I'm
you
better
put
about it
everything
now.
in the saddlebag now.
Yes, I'm pretty good
I'm
about
sure
it.
cutting out 5 pairs of boots help.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Whatever, I
I'm
carry
not
my
kidding
own
you
shit.
either. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding you.
Yeah.
You laugh.
That's
No.
true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure cut that out. No,
Thanks.
quite a bit.
Had to have an outfit for every night.
Hey.
It's like, oh my
Yeah, that's
god.
true.
Oh,
Makeup,
that's a different.
skincare.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a
that's a
girl.
girl.
I can
thing, though.
understand that you guys need more.
we do.
I
We
can
do.
understand that. Yes,
Yeah.
but
Half of you don't even wear underwear. I need underwear every day. I mean, and I'm not
I'll wear the
saying you
same pair a
personally,
few
Joe.
times, you know, and then
Inside
I'll
out,
turn them
front
inside
out.
out. Yeah, yeah.
Pants
Oh
are
my
good for at
God.
least 10
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
Gross.
pants are good for a few
Oh,
days
that's
at
the whole
least.
disgusting.
Yeah,
Oh my
pants.
god.
I could probably wear the same pair of pants the whole, maybe
Well,
2 pairs,
you know.
Oh, that's you guys.
depending
are
on the
awful.
riding,
You know,
you know.
So they
I've got
stand up
my-
on their own on the corner. They're all
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
crusty.
yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
when it
They're
rains-
just totally
When
fine.
it rains, it
gross.
kind of like takes care of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it cleans it
God.
all, washes
There you
it
go.
right off. It's like
Bike's
I
washed,
wash
everything.
my pants every time I wear them.
yeah.
Well, not every time, but not after 10 days of bugs and rain
Oh yeah,
and hail,
that,
mud. We went through a
yeah.
mud
Those
pit one
turn into
time.
work pants.
Oh,
Those are
my
work
God.
pants.
recently.
Yeah. And then Dad also has to carry stuff for the pup because he rides with the dog.
Oh, when the dog rides with me,
You take your puppy?
Oh, she's
She's ridden just
What
as
kind
much
of
as I
dog do you
have.
have?
she's been to Sturgis 3 times with me.
She's,
Really?
she's like a mutt.
Chihuahua, Italian
Greyhound.
Greyhound mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just
Where
put her
does-
in a
Down,
little-
she
Where
rides
does
right
she
behind
sit?
me. Kuriaka makes a little like a pet carrier strapped
Yeah.
right behind me. She's tethered in, but she's got her goggles on. She's
Can is she like
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
she
up.
put her,
She's
she
up.
puts her paws on my shoulder and looks around and
really?
oh she's
Cha-cha.
a little chick
That's
magnet.
cool.
Oh my god,
She
she's
is.
like-
Oh, I
God.
bet.
Yeah.
I did Route 66.
Yeah.
A friend of mine and I and the dog, we were on the road for a month for that time, from West Coast to East Coast, and she was with us and rode back. And oh, she's a
It
trooper.
was like 110 degrees out
She's
at
a
one
trooper,
point.
man.
That's cool,
She's
man.
a rescue.
great.
So you
I
got
gotta
real,
get Fred out there on the bike. Huh?
Real-
Yeah,
She's
you
only
need-
10
yeah, You
pounds.
get your Frenchie out there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
yeah.
You'd be snoring.
Yeah.
That dog be snoring all the
Yeah.
time.
It's pretty fun.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you meet a lot of people, and people are taking pictures.
People are
all the time.
obsessed. Don't
I
even
imagine.
downplay that, Dad.
It's like, come
Yeah.
on.
People run me off the road.
It's like a dog with
Driving up
glasses.
next to you and trying to take pictures and drifting into the lane. I'm still there, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the damn dog.
Yeah, but all the girls, oh, can I come and pet your dog? Yeah, come on over. Oh, there.
That's why she's here.
That's why she's here. Exactly.
2 for
But,
1.
She's got her own
God.
Instagram page, Cha Cha the Wonder Dog.
That's
so
right.
Damn, she
everybody
does?
else take a
she
look at her.
does.
I'm gonna
Yep.
follow that right
Yeah,
now.
Cha Cha
actually.
the Wonder Dog.
Cha Cha the Wonder
She's a
Dog.
throttled
All one
Roots,
word. Yeah, she's,
mascot.
yeah, she's
That's cool.
Let's
she's
see.
a trooper. I mean, freezing cold, rain, hot. She don't care.
There
So
she
there's
is.
Live Fast Rally.
Cha
Oh, yeah,
Cha
we'll
the
do that.
Wonder
There
Dog.
you
There
go,
she
Dad.
is. I'm following her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Look at
She's a
the
good
goggles
girl.
right there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She's such a good girl.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
Route
Route
66.
66.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
People love her.
She's got more miles
Love
than a
her.
lot of people I know.
Yep.
How old is
On
she?
the bike. Just turned 6. So
Okay.
she's still a pup.
Look
Yeah.
at her.
No,
Oh,
she's
so
all
she,
about
There's that little carrier right there. Yeah,
She
Yeah.
sits down inside.
she
though.
can curl up inside
Yeah.
if she wants to go
so
to
she's all
sleep or
protected from the
whatever.
wind. She's just sitting
Oh, yeah,
behind
right
you.
behind me.
She's
Oh,
just
yeah.
chilling there.
Oh yeah.
Got her
Man.
sweater.
Look
That's
around.
pretty cool. I'm gonna train my boxer or something to get up on there.
On the bagger rig.
Yeah, hold
Trailer.
up on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've taken the little one. I put her in my vest once or twice just to go down the street to
Yeah,
drop her off
yeah,
somewhere. But yeah, I always like our buddy Steve Cali Bear Joe.
Oh yeah,
He's always mobbing
he's got
around
a
with his
backpack.
dog
His
as
dog?
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
He's got
cool.
a
Yeah.
backpack and he rolls around the dog
Right.
in the backpack. Just
Oh,
chilling.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Dogs are awesome. Dogs are
Cats
freaking-
are better.
Pretty cool.
What?
No.
Are you?
Cats are
We're gonna
better.
have to end this shit.
Yeah.
Get out of here. We're gonna-
Cats are superior.
Nice being here.
Yeah.
yeah. Nice.
Gotta
Yeah.
go.
Gotta
Gotta
go.
go.
Are you a
Gotta go.
cat person?
Oh yeah.
You have you told me that hubby had to stay back to dog watch. I
Yeah,
didn't know there was
somebody
cat-
else's dogs. I don't want dogs.
Oh,
That's a lot of work.
He wants a dog.
He wants a dog. How
He
many
wants a
cats?
dog.
My brother is a cat. He's
I
a cat
rescued
person.
2 brothers, and they are the loves of my life. And whatever,
Are
call me
they
crazy
all-
cat
are they-
lady, whatever. That's fine.
No.
You know, I'm obsessed with them. So I would teach them to ride. I wish I would have done that when they were younger. But yeah,
Are they only
pretty bad.
inside cats?
only
Only? Yeah.
would never.
I think
do
my
that.
brothers are the same way. I've never owned a cat. My wife is a cat person.
You don't really own cats.
They own you.
Oh gosh.
You need one though, Ray. You will be a cat person.
Okay.
Once you
Here's,
get
listen,
one.
here's how I will be a cat person. I've told my wife this, and my wife was like, "No, you can't do that." Cats are cats. they need to be cats, okay? Which means they need to go outside and hunt and kill some rats and do some shit like that, right?
I know.
So I used to live next door to a buddy of mine, and he had a cat named Scrappy. Perfect fucking name for this cat. And you would hear Scrappy in the middle. You would hear him in the middle of the night fucking up some possum or doing something gangster ass shit. I'm like, I'm down for a cat like that.
Like an outside cat
That can go outside, do its thing, and then come back home. Yeah, and then come back, chill, maybe cuddle up, do whatever, find a warm bed, but go out, be a cat, you know.
That's right.
I'm allergic to them too, though. my eyes will start getting water. It's a dander. My youngest or my oldest is also. So
you need a hairless one.
Oh gosh,
love those.
I'm just if it can go outside and kill rats, I'm all for it. Yeah. I'm a dog person. I love my dogs. I will always be. Yeah. Yep. Well, we're gonna get him a dog.
No,
we're gonna find him a nice
some Frenchie puppies soon.
When you can take care of it all day.
Don't say that.
Stop.
Don't tell him.
He wants
Frenchie's pregnant.
No, stop. I would like one of those, but I'm not paying $3,000 for a damn.
No, we don't have. Come on, you got Joe right here. You'd be doing Joe a favor by getting one off of his hand, man.
Steal one.
I just want to get rid of them. I paid $1,300 for their cesarean. I just want to make my money back. That's it.
Yeah.
Go to a good home.
They're so cute.
I'm not trying to
I
make
would
a
do
buck
that.
off of them.
I want a cool one.
Really,
one of the blue ones.
My female's blue.
Okay, well maybe. As long as I can hold it. Randy wants like a giant fucking one.
We're working on it.
I have a Cane Corso too.
Oh, stop.
That's
Randy
a big one.
would die for that dog.
Awesome dogs.
They are awesome.
He just got it too, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. She's a female.
Are you a breeder?
6 months.
You're gonna get gigantic.
She's gonna get huge.
Oh, you can already
see.
You can already see she's gonna be a big girl. She got a giant paws already.
They drool a lot.
Gabe and see if we could link up.
Yeah.
Gabe's isn't fixed or anything, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Oh, you saw him probably over at Ventura Harley, by the way, huh?
Beautiful dog.
Speaking of, did you get your skateboard?
Finally. Oh my God. Ray, your event was in March. It is now May.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't have to wait that long for my trophy.
I agree. Listen, I can admit when I was fucked up and I fucked up on that case.
What's bad is I had it and I would have shipped it. And he's like, let me take that trophy so I could ship it.
And it sat here.
My bad.
That's okay. I got it.
But you got it. Yes. Badass.
Rex Customs is incredible.
Did you see it?
Trophy,
Did you see it? Yeah.
That's my favorite one for sure.
That's a cool trophy. We just raffled off like one for like a helmet rack for somebody. Throw their custom colors on it. Art does some good work.
He did
that one right there too.
I really like those trophies, man. I was stoked, and it was something different.
Yes. Not just a little statue or whatever.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
He's very talented.
So Art, how long have you been on a bagger now? You started off on the classic. When did the bagger kind of enter the equation?
As my second bike, I just I really liked the street glides at that time, and I was ready for one and ready for a little bit of more comfort than the Heritage. So I like them a lot, and I try to talk her into getting one. I'm never gonna get a bagger. That's an old man's bike. Can you carry my jacket for me?
Tell us, Art. Tell him, Art.
No,
tell him.
Don't tell my secrets.
That's the truth, though, man.
Oh, I was so anti-bagger.
She was anti-bagger.
I got mine in 2015, so I made me 32-ish, and at the time, everyone was like, "What the fuck, old fucking fucking." Grandpa bike and shit, man. At the time, everyone was clowning the fuck out of me.
Carry my shit for me, will you?
Yeah, can you put this in your saddlebag?
Your saddlebag.
Yeah.
I think it was 2014. I saw one at Neptune's, and it had some 14-inch West Coast T-bars on it.
Yep.
That was before the movement.
It was about 2014, and I saw one, and I was like, damn,
little gangster."
I'm like, okay,
yeah.
It wasn't no shocks, no nothing like that yet, you know what I mean? But it had the bars, and I was like, all right.
I probably know that guy. I think he's from San Diego.
I was like, I could do that. Like, that looks dope, dude.
I was she wanted T-bars on her bagger. I was always anti-T-bars on a bagger.
So was I though.
Everybody was.
I had 8.
Yeah, but you know what? I rode her bike and I was like, ooh.
The control is unparalleled.
Yeah, I'll have to give it that. Yeah. You handle really well.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The control.
Yeah, absolutely.
It put your hands in a really in a natural riding position is where
I don't know what it is about it, but I felt real good on it. So I wouldn't get them for mine.
You have the pullback on yours, right?
Yeah, the pullback riser.
You wouldn't get them for yours?
I don't think so.
No?
You like the look of the 8.
I just don't want to put anything else on my bike.
That's such a lie. You just gotta paint
my first couple of Harleys was like, oh my God, I got to get the matching derby covers and the grips and the mirrors and Harley shit, puking Harley shit all. After that, it was like, if it doesn't make my bike go faster or run better, it ain't going on there.
That's exactly what
stock
Ray
floorboards.
said.
I got,
So you
stock
just put
shifters.
cams though, right?
He just
put a camp in it. It runs really well.
What cams did you
It's
put in?
SNS 475. Yeah, so I'm still tuning it in. It's not quite tuned in yet.
Was that the biggest you can go, like with the stock
That was
stuff?
the biggest you could go with the stock stuff and not have to change your springs out and stuff like that. Higher compression springs.
Yeah.
So, but it's plenty for me. It's
But it
like,
wakes it up enough. Probably,
woke it up
sure.
a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can hear
Yeah.
it.
But for
It's
me, the way I
happy,
ride,
man.
the way I ride,
I could see you.
I was popping. No,
Yeah.
We're going through Ohio.
yeah.
I was like,
He does that to
"Ah."
me. It's annoying.
He's enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm into comfort now. So, and the road glide, didn't really like them because they had the fixed fairing compared to the street glide. But after I rode one, I'm going, ooh,
Yeah.
solid bike.
Best
I
bike
love
ever.
it. That's my second road glide.
They
that I've
cut the
had.
wind a lot better.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I can put it on and cruise control. I was always, cruise control, you pussy.
Yep.
And now it's like, yeah, cruise control.
Hell
Hands
yeah.
off, kick back.
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do miss that about
Solid
my.
bike.
I cut mine out.
What?
I got
Really?
rid of mine.
Really?
Is that
Yeah.
because you didn't want to be called a pussy, Ray?
Probably part of it.
I got cruise control on mine.
I
It's
love
so
it.
wing nut.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I-
the little.
Yeah, I got the wing
The
nut
little-
cruise
That's
control.
that's a danger.
It is.
That's a killer.
No, man,
terrifying.
you just got to be able to know how to roll it back.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
In an
Yeah.
emergency.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah,
they
they're
they
going,
expect
oh, yeah.
it to snap
just-
back. You
yeah.
got to be able to roll it back.
Oh,
real
you have
quick.
to. Yeah.
I learned on my dad's 1960 panhead.
Shit.
So you have to roll those.
Oh, you
throtles
have to.
back.
Oh, yeah.
And the timing's over here on this side.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Shifters here.
Yeah.
So he had a shovel head, and he's like, "You're riding this before you ride this." So he made me ride it. Now I just rode it around town,
Sure.
and then he kind of, okay, now you could ride this one.
That makes you better. Makes you better.
Oh,
He
yeah,
made me ride
absolutely.
that
Skills.
one first,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's,
riding skills for sure.
it's different, man.
Yeah.
It's you got to know to pull
Yeah.
that throttle back.
Yeah, I like the backers though. It's like I said, I'm into comfort now. I'm old, and I can ride all day long on my
Yeah,
bike.
but you're also,
and-
I mean, if we're being real and keeping it honest, you're riding miles. You're putting down some
Yeah.
miles, and so if you're gonna put
I'm a distance rider. Yeah.
if you're gonna be on the
Right.
road for that much
Sure.
of time, then you want to be
Sure.
comfortable.
Absolutely.
And
on our trips, we'll ride 8 hours, 9 hours a day, and get
Yeah.
off the bike and go to the bar. I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
So
those
we don't camp anymore. I was younger.
Mm-mm.
I still like the camping.
Oh no.
I still like the
No.
camping.
I like a nice hot shower and a soft bed at night
Yeah,
after a long
with
day
the
of
dog.
riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good for like a day or two camping.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, Mercedes
don't
not a
do that.
camper.
I don't like bugs or dirt.
Never have been.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Always ready for a bed
I mean,
at the end of the day.
Well, no, I want to say Dad raised me right, I guess, because when we went to the Redwood run, we went to the Redwood
Redwood
one, which
run was
one
awesome.
of the I don't know if it's the same because I haven't been in years, but that was one of the last true
Old school biker
old
type.
school events.
Have you ever
Like,
been to Redwood Run?
Mm,
have you been to Sturgis?
No.
Right? Let's talk about that.
no.
Redwood Run?
No.
It's
So-
very
I
old
haven't.
school. It's,
It
it's
is.
all camping only, and it's on private property. There's no cops or anything like that. But it's strictly camping, and
But it's like
Partying.
insane camping. Like
it's hardcore camping.
when you
Yeah.
have to camp in line to get in. You have to camp in line the night before to even get your spot because everyone has their particular spots.
Yeah.
And you basically have to fucking do like a running of the bulls
It's like
straight up.
It's like the Oklahoma
just
land
fucking-
rush. Yeah.
What's the thing your guys' club does the hill climb? Yeah, it's like that. You just fucking balls to the wall, hill climb, fucking
Dirt
motocrossing
roads, of
everywhere.
course, dirt roads.
Oh yeah,
dirt
spitting
roads.
and I had exhaust that pointed down, so
Ooh,
I would piss everybody off because there would be these plumes of dust. But hey, I did that.
But camping. Nah,
I hate camp.
I'm
I don't
too-
like camp. I don't wanna do that
it.
anymore.
I'm too old for that
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
That's for you younger guys.
I get
to do.
shit.
Yeah,
up.
you
Thanks.
guys can do
Thanks.
it.
I'm not that young, but
Yeah,
shit,
same.
yeah.
I don't wanna do it.
I don't know. That just brings it. I like it because it brings me so. I don't know. I'm like connected. I'm tied. Like I'm
Sure.
like I
Yeah.
feel like I'm really like
Sure.
on the road type shit. You
Yeah.
know. Trust me. I like a warm bed and a nice hot
Yeah.
shower and
Yes.
shit. But
Yeah.
like Joe said, I could do it for a weekend, couple days, few days, just go and
Yeah.
rough it
Yeah.
out
Well,
and
there's
shit,
a few club
It's cool.
events.
It's cool to show up with you. Just the after it's done, yeah, you're like
I'm
you
fucking
get
tired.
home, you're like you're ready for a shower,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
still have that like fuck, that was a
That
badass
was
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, that was
Chilling by
fun.
the fire, drinking beers
Yeah,
with the
that
buddies,
too.
you know, just
There's
a couple
that.
buddies,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smelling like fire, like
Smart
fucking
campfire.
campfire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
Fire.
waiting for that shower when
regret.
you get home.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. There's a few club events we have that are overnight, 2 or 3 nights, and I'll do those camping and stuff. But I wound up getting a gigantic tent when I can stand up in and not have to crouch and dress.
You used to
I'm
have
all
like a
for
mummy
that.
tent.
I'm
You had
all
like a
for
tiny
that.
one.
Awesome blow up mattress that you
Yeah.
can sit on.
There's
and
nothing wrong with
stand
that.
right
yeah,
up.
yeah,
I'm
it's
all
all right.
for that.
It's all right.
Not
Yeah,
at this point. Yeah.
there
who
ain't nothing wrong with
cares?
that.
Ain't
I'll take
nothing wrong
that
with
shit
it.
too.
And it all fits
Yeah.
on the bike. So
I went to Nascimento it was in August, and a buddy of mine, it's like a men's retreat, and a buddy of mine invited me, and he always rides a bike up there. And so this year I'm like, yeah, let's go. I went, and I was so stupid. We had a chase vehicle. And so he took our tent and our sleeping bag and all that shit, and he met us up there. And I was like, I'm just going to pack simple. And I did. I slept on the dirt, like literally the dirt for
Yep.
like the 3 days. Oh man, I
If
was
he's not
like
there
sore
yet,
as
yeah.
shit.
No.
Of
Let
all
me
your
give you a
shit.
little advice. Next time you do that,
Pack your shit.
go down to the liquor store and just buy yourself a little the pool raft.
Oh, there you
that's a
go.
good
Blow
point.
it up, bro, and it's a little
Better
mini,
than
it's
the-
a
better
mini
than the
bucket,
ground.
it's
There
a
you
I
mini air
was
mattress,
straight
bro.
up
And then you just
on the
leave it there
fucking
when you leave, you
ground.
know?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can
Throw it
leave it
away.
there when you leave,
Yep.
bro.
Exactly.
They're $2.99 at Rite Aid.
exactly.
That's a good
And
idea.
it's a good little air mattress.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
should have done something
It's
like
actually
that.
something good to throw in your saddlebag
That's
if
true,
you're going
too.
camping for a day.
Side of the
Sure.
road.
That is when I was like, maybe I don't like camping so damn much, you
Mm.
know, after a couple of nights of that. But I toughed
So
it out.
true.
I did what I had to do, you know. So, Mercedes.
Yeah.
What's up with the bike?
What about it?
You're always do the swing arms the latest.
Swing arm was the latest, but actually, I've been talking with Nasty Hog. Have you seen their new setup that they came out
No.
with the chopped fender and the chopped bags?
Oh,
I
I
like
think
that.
I
Thinking
have
about
seen
transitioning
it.
to that, which
The Dyna style, kind of.
it's well, yeah. I mean, it's the performance style, I guess, if
Yeah.
you want to call it that, joke. But people, I don't even know where I want to go with this. But people can talk a lot of shit, and that's fine. But like to cut my bags and to cut my fender was, piecemeal it together was going to be really expensive. And then I think Nasty Hog changed the game with this setup.
Bolt on
wise,
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
People can talk shit all they want, but Nasty Hog created a product that a lot of people are going to
I like
want.
that.
So
Yeah.
I've been talking to them, so I'm hoping to invest in that soon, but then it has to be painted and and modified to my
I know.
whatever,
Then you
but-
got to match the paint.
yeah,
and
the
everything.
paint's
It's a
such
whole
paint is
thing.
such a pain in the ass, and people don't realize that. I don't think. I mean, Ray, when we clean the bike, like just the other day when we were tandem cleaning in different cities, I saw my front fender and I'm like, there's another fucking rock chip. Like, oh
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's
But you know what? You ride your bike. It's not a, show
ton.
bike.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
per
not. Well, it
se.
is a show bike to a degree,
I
but
mean-
but I get on it and ride it 400 miles home. Like
Yeah.
there was I did a V2 Visionary show in Stockton and rode home. I mean, that's just to San Diego. So I think that's the way to do it. We talk about that all the time. These show queens, and if you've built this performance bagger that you've only ridden 50 miles. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So I kind of wish they would include like categories, and maybe they do, and I'm just not.
Yeah,
not knowledgeable, but-
trailered in baggers.
Yeah,
and then rode in
exactly.
baggers.
Like how far did you ride? What does that? What does
Right.
that represent? So that's how my dad taught me. Is as much as I was crying about my pain or, whatever, he's like, hey, you ride it, get over it, get over it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm at. I've got chips, I've got dings, I've smashed my fender before. Like it just happens. So
It's a story to tell.
yeah, exactly. So when I ride to Sturgis with my dad, I don't give a fuck about my paint.
Oh,
I used to put painter's tape on it before I wrapped it with 3M.
Oh my God.
I
That
used to
was a
put painter's
look.
tape on it.
That was a
Blue
look.
painter's tape, all the front fender bags.
I'm looking
because-
behind me with this big blue thing behind me.
The red bike with blue
Tape
painter's
and-
tape everywhere. Yeah,
I'm
people are
going,
like, "What is
"Oh,
that?"
yeah." It worked though.
It did work.
Seemed
Not
to
a
work
bad
pretty
idea.
well.
It did work
Yeah.
Yeah. it
before I
was-
could afford to have it
was
wrapped.
Quite the look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It was
whatever.
quite the look.
Quite the thanks, Dad. Yeah, that's ugly.
Well, I've said it before. I will always say it is. It's all right to have a nice looking bike,
Yeah.
but just build it for what you want it. But most importantly, top of the list, ride it.
Right.
Right.
And if your riding is only, the bar or going here or 50 miles in a day or 100 miles in a day, if that's your riding and that's what you bought the bike for,
Right.
well, then enjoy it for that,
Yeah, absolutely.
but ride the fucking thing.
Absolutely.
We like to see the flash and the paint and all that shit, but trust me, I'm not tripping. Actually, I'm probably giving you more kudos, more credit when I see the rock chip
Chips,
and I see the little dents
bugs,
and I see the bugs on it and I see the little fucking oil drip from the primary. Like, I'm probably giving you, like, in my opinion, and I'm not the judge of these type of shows or any of that stuff, but in my opinion, I'm going, fuck yeah, man, or girl.
Yeah.
That shit's out there on the road. It's putting down miles. There's things wrong with it. You know, I had to judge last week. Joe and I split our time. He was at the Santa Paula thing and I was over at St. Bonaventure, my daughter's high school, and they were doing their car show. And they asked me to judge. I'm like, seriously, you want me to fucking judge this fucking thing?
Trust me, you're not going to
like that. Trust me, yeah. And that's exactly what I thought with one of the picks that I picked was there was a truck, car, and a lowrider category. Lowrider category was easy, by the way, because there was only like 4 of them. So that was like really easy. The other ones, the cars and the trucks, not only did they have first, second, and third place. I'm like, holy fuck, that's a lot of people. Exactly. Right. Yeah. So the trucks, I picked first place, second place truck that were nice. They were gone through. They were like, you know, nice
detail.
And then the third place, I picked this KMC GMC 72 K2000 beat to shit, lifted, dirt on the fucking thing, mud rusted in the hood. I'm like,
winner.
Oh, dude,
he was more excited than the first place guy.
Dude, I bet he was, man. And he was there with his kid, and they were just hanging out. I'm like, that right there is what the shit is about. Absolutely. It doesn't have to be fucking perfect or anything, you know. It's really, for us, it's a lifestyle. It's not a trend, you know.
You were the judge. If that's
and
what
it won, and it won.
That's what I liked. I liked it because for that reason. And I asked, I was like, do I have to announce these too? And they're like, no, just give us who you pick, and then we'll announce them at the main stage, because they were going to do like giveaways and raffles and shit like that. So we'll announce them at the main stage. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, don't blame me.
I was all, I didn't even hang around to see, but I'm curious, like, what the reaction was between like that guy fucking won, because there was some nice cars in there. There was some nice cars and trucks up in there that spent a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
but that's how it is in our culture too. We've talked about that. You know, my dad's not into the performance thing. He's, you know, he's a different whatever
style
of bike. But he still told me, you know, like, you could just sink so much money into these things, and there's always going to be something else to do, and it never stops.
Sure.
And he laughed at me when I got my swing arm, because I was like, I think I'm done. And he's like,
okay.
And just walks away. And he's right. You know, I'm not done.
You're never done, really.
But it's all it is money. And so if that's the marker of our community, where are we even going? You know,
agree. Yeah. So, it's, build it for what you want to build it for, and the vision that you have, but don't strictly build it just to be in a show or to like have the, you know, cool pictures, art. I know you're new to the Instagram, or you're on to the Instagram world and all that shit, but you know, there's some people out there. I mean, you may or may not know, or you may do, or you may care, you may not, but there are people out there that's their focus. That's what they're after. That's what they're searching for, is just the notoriety and the fame and that type of stuff. And that's a little bit of what we're talking about with kind of how some of the stuff is, you know, when you go to these shows and you see some of this stuff. But I always, you know, finish those thoughts off with, to each their own.
Exactly.
Build your shit the way that you want to build your shit. But at the very top of that list, if you're going to own a motorcycle, the number one thing to do with it is ride it and enjoy it. If it's stock, it's fucking stock. You know, it doesn't matter who gives a shit. You know, I know I may joke and bust your balls that the odometer doesn't have a lot of miles, or that it's stock and the odometer is fucking gone around twice, you know, like that's what I think is the most important part of any of this type of shit, man. You know,
I think so too.
Individuality. Which we've gotten away from, because everyone's trying to look the fucking same.
I know it is. We are, but I guess it's, I don't know, it's the world we live in. I don't know. It's the society that we kind of live in now. We live in Instagram world. We live in social media world. We just live in that world, you know. Art, you come from a little bit different genre and era of stuff where that stuff just wasn't, you didn't grow up with it, so to speak, you
really
know?
Wasn't. No, you had some chrome on your bike. It was like, whoa, holy
shit.
It's like,
gotta clean it.
That's why I don't have any chrome. I don't like cleaning.
But also just the simple fact that you, like, besides that, in context where you didn't have the, you weren't able to have like maybe the jealous or the insecure bone, because you're looking at Instagram and you're looking at something where you're getting fed like all this shit, like, oh, look at that person's bike, oh, I need to have that, or I need to have,
I don't have enough likes,
exactly.
Whatever.
You didn't grow up with that type of shit, you know. You grew up more of just the
well, it was more gaining respect out of the people that you rode with, and in your genre. You know, it was like
and how you ride and
Yeah.
how far
You
you've
ride
ridden.
Yeah. Well, reminder, motorcyclists more than likely were the outcasts, the outlaws,
Yes.
the fucking the ones that weren't included. And then now we're in 2023 where all we want to do is be fucking included and like seen and all that shit. It's just taking a different thing. It's interesting to see how it kind of has evolved, so to speak, you know,
or devolved.
However it is. There's good ends to it though too, because we talked about it before. You don't have the parts that you have on your bike, Mercedes, without some of these things happening and these trends kind of happening and shit like that. You know, you don't have the paint down to the because people haven't elevated their paint skills to keep up with the next bike and the next bike and the parts that come out. So it's a give and it's a take, but I really just, this is what I live. This is how I've always lived this lifestyle, is just riding, hanging out, meeting guys like Art, meeting guys like, and whether I meet them and you never hear about them out of my mouth, I have that experience with you. And that's really what you can take a lot away from this, from this community and this culture, you know?
So true.
Yeah. Yep. Joe, are we doing a camping trip so we can invite Mercedes?
I'm going to be busy that day. I don't know. I got stuff to do. I don't know.
We did have a camping trip coming up, I think.
Yeah,
I know. Where are you going to camp?
So we were trying to do Three Rivers.
Yep.
Where's that at?
It's up right at like the base of like Sequoia.
Ooh.
But I heard the Sequoias are still that road that goes into it is still closed.
For the slides?
Yes, from all the rain and all the shit that's going on. So, but Live Fast Rally's coming up. Are you going to that?
I think I will try to go this year for my first time.
You guys should try to go. That's fun.
I would like that.
We'll be
not
set
born
up
free
there,
with that.
so.
Hopefully we'll be bumping there.
We'll be bumping.
They have their own band and all that shit, you know. But Live Fast Rally coming up June 3rd. It's a good one. It really is a grassroots kind of fucking
would love that.
Down to earth fucking show.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun, but I'll be on the road.
You'll be on the road still. I ain't gonna be mad at that either.
Rude.
Definitely not gonna be mad at that. So, Art, I want to ask, what is your probably most like kind of memorable experience with Mercedes on the road? Sadie's, as I've heard you reference her. Like, I mean, maybe whether it was a place or just I don't know, a fucking
oh god, there's so
breakdown or something like that. But
you know,
breakdawns, we've had those.
That's just too hard a question. That's like along with the question of with all your traveling, what's your favorite place you've been?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask it this way then. Which one stands out the most? What maybe road or destination where like, well, I'm doing this with my kid. I'm here. Like,
I'd have to say,
is it towards the beginning or the end?
Yeah,
now?
I think it was probably.
Is it towards the end now that you guys are?
No,
more
I think
enjoyable?
it's more towards. And I'd have to say it's probably our first couple of 2 or 3 Sturgis trips together.
Yeah.
That we did because it was such an adventure for her and for me, and we saw so many cool things, and it was all new for her, and you know, it was hard times, and she came through and learned to be a better rider. I think those times really stand out for me and make me proud to be her dad and to have her be the person that she is. And, you know, we've just shared so many things of getting up early in the morning and riding through the plains or whatever. And you're just smelling everything. And it's just, you know, we don't have to say anything. We're just like looking at each other. We're going, yeah.
We don't. We haven't had We haven't had Bluetooth except for recently. We didn't because nobody wanted to. I don't want to talk to anybody while I'm riding.
Yeah, it's like
I don't want to hear anybody.
You can answer your phone. I'm going.
I don't want to do that. That sounds horrible.
What the hell? Why would I want to do that?
Know, exactly.
Or you can talk to the person. Oh, I don't want to talk to anybody.
We just point like, hey, look at that.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
From the beginning to now, does your, how can I explain it? I mean, obviously you had to have some kind of nervousness at when you began riding.
Personally or with her?
Personally.
Well, I'm thinking not for her,
not
towards
for her
her
necessarily, just riding, knowing that all the traffic and anything that could happen, you're nervous, you know, for when your loved ones are in front of you, you know,
oh, sure.
And they're starting off. So does that gradually go away as she gets better? Do you get less nervous now from the beginning to the end, or does it as a father it doesn't that
I
stay
don't think that ever goes away, to be really honest with you.
That's what I was getting
like, you know, I'll be at home or something and she's off riding, doing whatever, or she comes to LA by herself and stuff, you know, and I'm like, ooh, let me know when you're there. You know, turn your tracker on. It's not like I got to see what you're doing.
No.
I want to know you're okay.
We have
Call me when you get
follow
home.
each other.
That never goes away.
No,
Well, as a dad, speaking for myself,
that's what I mean as a father.
That never goes
because I have
away.
girls, you know, and I want them to ride as well, like Ray does.
Well, you know, coming down here,
as you know, you see your friends riding as they progress. You know, you're nervous when they're beginning riding, but when they progress, you're like, you kind of don't get so nervous about them. But when it's
I don't think when it's your kids, when it's your kids or your wife,
that nervousness probably never leaves, right? It's always there.
I think probably a big part of that is like no matter how good a rider she is, there's always that uncertainty.
As a father,
uncertainty of some
Other
asshole
people.
pulling out in front of her,
and
we've had that happen.
Exactly.
We've had gnarly wrecks.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and
just even coming down here for this thing today, it's like I'm splitting through LA, you know, and that's tight, and I'm in front, and I'm constantly checking my mirror, She's there, checking my mirror,
It's there.
That's
as a
just
father.
the way you do. Yeah.
But on the flip side of that too, Joe, is that like I have to watch him, and I can't stop if something comes in at him, and I will have to watch my father wreck. Like I can't.
Right, vice versa.
Right, exactly. Like he is my world, and I can't.
Your thoughts is probably the same as his.
And as I get older, I'm finding my anxiety levels are far worse than when I was a kid. And I was like, "One, who the fuck cares? Go, untouchable." But now I'm just like, "Oh my god, Dad, look at that! You know, watch out for that wheelbase. Oh, that's too close." And like, so I think I talked to you about it too. Is that like a little bit of the joy is taken, a little bit. Because when I see like you and Randy riding together, if both of you get taken out, that's my world. Like, or just you are my world, and I can't.
Yeah.
If you get taken out, you got hit by a drunk driver, and I had to get that phone call from the hospital. That happened, you know. And when I got that call, I don't ever want to get that fucking call again. I could, you know, your father's been hit by a drunk driver. My whole world just disappeared. And I don't know if you felt that way when I first wrecked.
Oh yeah.
And the cops showed up because he was at a bar the cops picked me up off the side of the road and went to the bar where he was at and said, "Is there an Art Raya here?" And I had just left. Just left. And some fucking lady turned left. I went through her windshield. I went over the car. Like I couldn't walk for months after that, but I couldn't get a hold of my dad, and so the cops showed up.
Fucked up my heritage.
Yeah, sorry, Dad.
I
didn't do it.
That was the end of that.
Yeah, so. But you know, I'm sure he feels the same in that, like you said, every time we go out, we may not come back. And
well, you know, when you're doing city riding, especially, you know, you're never relaxed. I'm not ever. I'm looking for an out. Where can I go if something happens?
Yeah.
What's behind me? What's coming into the side? I mean, constantly in my mind.
And even then, sometimes it's not there.
There is nothing.
You know, you toss that dice, man. You be as careful as you can possibly be. But
as much as I want one of my daughters to ride with me, because I want to experience what you guys are like bantering back and forth with, you know, the rides, the places that you've been. I'd love to experience that. But what you guys are talking about on the flip side of it, I'd be a fucking nervous wreck all at the same time. I'd be like, get the fuck away from my kid. Nobody come near her. Like anything. I could like I've seen there's like wife and husband people that ride too. And I'm always thinking like, fuck, I'd be if I know my wife sounds like Mercedes when she was first started. She's clumsy, klutzy a little bit, not great coordination. I'd be scared to death if my wife was on there, just knowing like she could slip and fall at any moment. I've seen her do it. You know, sorry, Aaron. We know. But I would. There's that balance of like, fuck, man, this is your world, Mercedes. You touched on it. This is your world. This is your everything. Sure. And not only do you got two of them in front of you, you know,
side by side.
Yes. So it just adds there is that part of it, but I think that we think doom, fucking, we think doom. But I really I think that emphasizes and really puts into perspective how much riding does and what really does, because despite all that shit, despite all those things, we still fucking love the shit out of it.
Back to that thing, if it's your passion, it's your passion, you know, and no matter.
If you die doing it, you die doing it. That's just it.
You be the best rider you possibly can, but shit happens, man. What do you do?
Yeah. Well, knock on wood. Knock on wood behind you. Knock it all. Knock it all over the place, man. Yeah. It's just part of it, though. You know, it is. People jump out of planes. We were just talking about people fucking parachuting, jumping off of cliffs over there. You know, it's people. We all have some form of adrenaline, some type of little bit that we chase and shit. You know. But I would love to have my daughter over there. I'm trying to raise them like I'm raising them here in the garage, and we're working on the bike. Joe does the same thing. They're always just kind of, you know, seeing us. They hear the music. They'll come in here and hear the music, just start dancing, and I have like a little dance party with them. I'm like, all right, I like that you're like you're raised in this type of shit, you know. Get used to it. I took him to the stunt lot a couple of times, get him used to loud noises and all that shit. Take him to the raceway. We have the raceway over here at the fairgrounds. Take them over there. I put earphones on them, you know, or head muffs on them, but it's still loud. It still smells and it stinks and all that stuff. But raise them in that type of stuff, and you know,
the smell,
the
smell,
burning rubber,
that that's
that
race
gas,
and
the rubber,
I went with Roach on Taco Tuesday. And he has that race gas that he throws in his bike once in a while. And we took off from his house, and I was just like, right there. We stopped at a stoplight, and I was like, and he's like, dude, it just smells so sweet. It's like raw, pure.
It's sense memory.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why riding does that. You smell fucking things.
Absolutely.
Like
you're in it. You know, when you're riding, it's like you're in. It's such a cliche again, but you're in it. You're not in a cage. You're not like looking out somewhere at it. You're in it. And to me, that's I just can't.
Every element, you have it all. What'd you think of this ride, by the way?
So gorgeous.
Awesome.
I loved ripping that with you, too.
I really wanted. Joe was like, you need to take the bagger out. He's all, you need to go and rip that shit.
That was gorgeous.
But they're leaking, and I took my old man's bike, and it forced me to just chill a little bit, but
you still did pretty damn good.
Ripped it.
Yo, I'll still go through a little bit, but like Joe was saying, oh boy, it was hard through some of those things, man. Because
it's a fun canyon to just because you don't have to haul it. It's like a solid.
You get into a rhythm.
Solid gear, man. It's a solid canyon to just cruise through.
Next time, just if you could just have the traffic blocked off or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I know.
There was a lot of traffic today.
There was.
Yeah.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
It's normally not that bad. It's normally we usually get around.
I'll usually go around and mom them. All right. I was like, I'm not going to ride like a total asshole today.
I can't afford a speeding ticket right now.
We don't need those. We all need to get back. We all got shit. People we need to be, So I'm like, you know what? Let's enjoy this fucking ride today. That's one of the things when I ride with people now, man, everybody wants to have the biggest wiener in the room, man. They want to have their Sometimes I want to show that I have the biggest one, but man, everybody's always hauling ass all the time nowadays.
You have babies to come home to.
I have to think about that a little bit more now.
That's the thing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I definitely and a wife.
Oh yeah. And Aaron too.
Yeah, and Aaron too. And Aaron too. But that ride though, that's our backyard. Beautiful. That's the ride. Sometimes just after a long day of work, or just I need to go and
you just throttle therapy
up the hill. Back down the hill and you're like done. You don't even need to do that whole loop.
But like for me, I'm in Santa Paula. I'll literally rip it up to where that lookout was. So I'll stop there, have a cigarette, and then rip back home. And
then your mind is clear.
20-30 minutes of riding, right after work. And I'm just like,
okay,
we're good.
I feel good.
Yeah, same.
Feel better.
I agree.
We need to come down there to San Diego.
Come on down.
We need some riding down there
in San Diego.
Yeah, we're gonna take you guys to the mountains and go rip.
If you end up wanting to go Born Free, dude.
Maybe that's the weekend that we need to like do. Yeah, we need to go down. Yeah,
I'm thinking you guys can meet up with us at Born Free at like 10, and then we can walk through and then.
Mercedes already said she's not going to it.
I'll wait for you outside.
So we can
I've already done it. I don't want to be dusty and hot and sweaty with a bunch of hipsters. Like I don't need to do that again.
Hipsters, you can be with me and Ray. We're not hipsters, bro.
I'll wait for you outside the gate when you're ready to go, and we'll mob back down. Dad'll be back from his trip. Dad'll be back from his trip by then.
Then meet us at Cook's Corner.
Then we can do that. I will do.
Okay, Cook's Corner.
All right.
Let's meet at Cook's Corner around
deal.
Okay.
Fine. And
I'm with
Saturday.
Mercedes on it. I'm. It's a cool show. It's fun. You get to see a lot of people, but
we have to go through anyway.
I feel like that's why I'm on that.
That's true too.
That's the end of it that I'm on it now. Like as a spectator, I'm not too interested in going to Born Free.
Go through
but as a business, I need to go to Born Free. Whether a booth or not, I need to just show up, walk around, say what's up, see people. So it's like a balancing act on it. But as a spectator, Mercedes, I'm with you. If you
once was enough.
And I think it's kind of like Art, you've probably gone to enough shows and enough events and stuff. You kind
They're all
of,
the same.
yeah,
It's all
you
the
get
same
to that
vendors,
point where it's the
just
same,
like a
you
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
I'm going there for the quick social aspect of it, to say what's up, to see people on a personal level, say what's up, Now going there with a little bit more business in mind with it.
Yeah.
But I'm like in, out, walk around. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Right.
Later.
Right.
I'm out of there. I don't need to spend the whole day.
So for us, I'm trying to bring back like the hot dog bites and the fucking slow
Yeah, the
races
original
and
stuff.
Right.
I'm trying to bring all that shit back to
Right,
our
right.
events.
Sure.
Right now we got
Yeah.
the slow race going on.
Yeah.
You know, for the hot dog bite, I'll probably
Sure.
build a little something, but
Yeah.
I want to get that going on.
Absolutely.
Even the little 2x4, you know, the straight line.
Oh yeah.
The straight line
Sure.
ride.
Yeah.
Get all that back, you know, because
Yeah.
it keeps people engaged and it's fun.
Absolutely.
And it brings
I
back
love that
it brings the
stuff.
bikes back into the event instead
like
of just vendors and fucking people
Old
walking
school
around.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
It brings the bike into it. You
Yeah.
know, hopefully even down the road, you know, like the keg roll. You know what I mean?
I was
Where we
going to
can
say,
push the
yeah.
keg roll
You seen
through.
the keg roll? That's
you know?
pretty cool.
That
It's fucking
all
good.
that needs a revamp. It needs
Yeah.
to
Yes,
like
that
it
needs
needs
to
to
Come back.
come back.
Yeah.
Come back.
It brings the bikes back into
Sure.
the
brings the
event.
people.
Yeah.
The people and the
Yeah.
bikes, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're using
Sure.
your bikes to do these things. It's
Yeah.
fun.
How far from
Yeah.
Coronado Bridge do you guys live?
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
I love that fucking bridge. My wife freaks the fuck out
I
over
bet.
that thing.
And she
man.
doesn't like heights.
She
yeah.
does not like that
The
fucking
island
thing.
is not
You don't wanna go on
kind
the
to
island, no.
bikers. It is
Coronado
not. Stay
Island,
away
yeah.
from it.
We went down there last time we rode down there. We rode through it, I think.
You should ride away from it.
Really?
Yeah, and be quiet while you do it because the
They
cops will
they
take
don't
any. They
tolerate-
have noise decibel traps
No
throughout the entire
shit.
island. And if you're not wearing a dot helmet, you'll get fucked. I mean, we all wear full faces, but
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
They like
Stay
to
off
keep.
the
They like
island.
to keep that part very uppity and
Correct.
yeah, they like to keep
Rich
that part
white
of it.
Coronado. Yep.
Yeah.
So what taco shop are we going to?
Tacos
Yeah.
al gordo, probably.
Okay.
Tacos al gordo.
There's plenty of them.
There's
that's for
so
sure.
many.
Oh, we're right there from the border, man.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
spot to go. Me and my wife love San Diego.
Yeah,
we got
you
a
guys-
we got a soft spot
I
down
like
there.
it. I like it a lot. I've been there a long time, and it's changing though. It's
Mhm.
real crowded now.
It's like this shit here.
Yeah.
We're feeling that
oh,
here.
I can imagine.
We're feeling
Yeah.
that here, man. It's changing
I mean, look
here.
at all the houses
They're building
Yeah,
right
that was
outside the
fucking this
crazy.
entire
Ray's
track
house.
behind me. Yeah.
This guy had a nice little field, man, back here.
I had no neighbors behind me. I had
That's
a view
gone.
of that whole 126 valley that
Oh,
you came down.
wow.
I had a view of the mountains of both mountain ranges that
Beautiful.
you had on the left and right of you, all the way down. I had a view of that sucker going all the way down. They're building these fucking monstrosities here
Yeah.
and gonna take away my view. I knew that going in when we bought this house.
That means more cars on the road, more traffic,
shit,
and
yeah.
all the shit that goes
I
along
know.
with it. And
I know. Did you
That's
see?
crazy.
It's always a double-edged sword, right? Because on the flip side of that, you know what we just got announced here? The X Games are coming here.
oh,
To
wow.
Ventura.
Oh,
wow.
So it's like, well, you don't bring the X Games unless there's something to offer. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So but the X Games are coming summer. They're doing fucking the X Games over here at the
That'd be cool,
fairgrounds and
though.
shit. Yeah. I was already telling Joe, I'm like, dude, we need to see if we can go set up a booth or something inside of there.
Yeah.
That's the fucking place
There
to
you
go
go.
and
Actually
be.
started in San Diego. Starting in San Diego, and then they're going to end here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Fin-
Okay.
San Diego
Finals
for
are
quite a
here.
while.
Huh.
The finals are
there you
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to see about trying to get a booth up in there, man. That
Yeah.
would be pretty dope. That'd be pretty dope.
yeah, and then let me sing the national anthem. Try to get me.
I
in
was
that.
gonna
Try to
ask you
get
about-
me.
We
into that.
fucked up.
I
You did
but
fuck up.
We
about
fucked
that.
up
I totally
royally.
fucked up.
We
Mhm.
fucked up. Well, how come you didn't remind me
I
to say
totally
anything?
spaced, honestly.
So did
honestly.
I.
We all did. So,
Completely.
yeah, sorry about that.
I just
but-
told him the other day about our national anthem and our events too.
Yeah.
but
Oh, I would be
want
honored
to
do
start
that.
doing them like at
Sure.
every single one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Even if I have to do it on my phone
Yeah.
or whatever, but I want to do it. But I was going to ask you about that. I saw your reel. that
Yeah.
You sang the national anthem.
For yeah.
Kick ass, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh,
You
yeah.
killed it. But dude, fucking damn,
Hey,
you
yeah.
have
Yeah,
fucking.
for everybody-
you don't-
It's on
You didn't
bro.
know what we were just like going, hey, we forgot, because that was what
I
we had
did
talked
forget.
about. That we had
Yeah.
talked about her singing the national anthem at Ventura Harley
Okay.
at our event that morning. We had talked about
and
it,
you dropped the ball.
and I fucking dropped
Again.
the ball.
Just
Well,
like
so
you
did
did with
she.
your fucking trophy.
She-
Me? It was your event. I was the guest, but it's true.
But she
That's
did
true.
say, she's like, I'd love to do it, but neither of us ever
I-
brought it
yeah,
back up, or
totally.
like, yeah, that would have been really cool to
That would've
fucking
Do
make
you have any
happen.
more coldies in your fridge?
Yeah, you need
Uh,
some?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah, dude,
dude.
there's a whole bunch of them over there.
I think it's important to bring that back though too, Ray. I mean, even if it's not me, but I think it's important to bring that
Yes.
honor to our culture and our
We
events.
forgot
you know?
this country has gone
100%.
dog shit. Art.
My dad's a veteran. I do it for him. You know,
This country has gone just. I don't know. It's
I don't
fucking
even know what to call it.
sideways,
I don't even know
dude.
what to call it. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
Cali especially. Jesus,
dude, and it's fucked because there's still a lot of people like us here, but for
Sure.
some reason it's so. And when I say us, I think I just mean more. I don't know. There's a certain value. America is
Mhm.
fucking, it's
Well,
it's loved.
I'm
it's
proud to
not,
be an American. I'm
yeah,
proud to
fuck
be
yeah,
here, and-
man. It's totally like flipped, man. And it's as a dad raising 3 girls, I'm like going, dude, you guys have fucked me. I got to do this shit. It was hard enough. Now I got to do it in this crazy bat world where
Yeah.
men are women and women are men and fucking
That's a lie.
like, dude, it's crazy.
That's another podcast.
you
yeah, that's a
know?
different kind of podcast.
Gosh.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at, man, with this bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I know.
It's gone a little.
I feel like
it's
you have it way harder, Ray, than probably my dad had it. Like I didn't even have a cell phone until I was in high school. Like, and there was no social media.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
a phone to
yeah.
call
Thank
the
God.
police or my parents. That's all I was allowed to use it for. It wasn't, texting friends or anything. When
Getting
I could
on
pay my own bill
Instagram.
is when I could do all that stuff. You
Yeah.
know.
Well, you did
So-
it right, Dad. You did it right. What you
I don't
thought
know
was
what
right,
happened.
what the best way. We all have our own flavor of how to do it, but ultimately
Yeah, for me, it worked out, and
we're trying to just raise good kids, you
Yeah.
know.
Except for the leg shaving, though. That I feel like you could have.
Wait a minute. Let me
Loosen the
explain
strings a little
explain
bit.
this one. Through high school? What did you
No,
say? Up
he
to
o-
high?
He didn't let me, and I'm a hairy ass Mexican, like hairy Mexican, black hair. This is not blonde hair, black hair, and I had thick ass leg hair, and I always wore shorts, because it was
I
hot.
think she's exaggerating.
I am not exaggerating.
I would
And
feel
he
like
wouldn't
this
let me
is something
shave my
that would
legs.
like fuck with her psyche a little bit.
Clearly, I'm 38 and still
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what
it.
the boys away.
Yeah.
So when you got to shave, did you have to use the buzzer first?
Good,
The weed
good job.
whackers.
Yeah, good point.
We kept all the
So you had to use the weed whacker the
Traumatized
first
me.
time.
And then, of course, I, tried to disobey you one time, sneak like a little patch, shave a little patch, and you're like, you're not shaving the rest of your leg. You're gonna have to fucking live with it. And I was like, dime size
man.
hole.
I don't remember any of that.
Of course you don't. You have selective
Yeah.
memory when it
Yeah,
comes
I
Yes.
think you're
ripping through my
exaggerating.
hair when I was a kid.
Oh, and don't forget the gray
Armpits
hairs
too,
that I
or
did.
And
just
the gray
legs?
hairs.
Armpits also, or just the legs?
No, pits were okay, but I wore t-shirts. No one sees that shit. It was my hairy ass legs that had to be out there till high school. Yes.
Yeah.
And the only reason they let me do it in high school, we're not even like Mormon or anything. I mean, we're not even, any kind of where you
That was the
shouldn't
rules.
shave.
That was
Yeah.
the fucking rule. That's all there is
The
to it.
only reason you let me do it in high school is because I had to wear skirts.
You want to live under this roof? and
Yeah,
eat this-
that's exactly how it went.
That's
That's
pretty
exactly
much
how
what
it
it
went.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
Well,
No dating, no shaving.
damn.
Here we are.
Well, here we are, right?
And I'm talking about it on a podcast.
Strong, independent, right?
Yeah.
Figured out
Right.
what she wanted and
There you
shit.
go.
Yeah, knows what she likes.
mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
No kids.
You're welcome.
No drugs. Full-time job. Masters.
Right.
Man.
You
You did good. You did good, Dad.
You did.
She
You
wasn't
did
a mall rat. Didn't hang out at the malls. Matter of fact, it's kind of like I felt bad about it because all her friends were adults. I mean, because
Yeah,
she hung
that's
out
true.
with me,
Yeah.
with
Adults.
with other bikers and stuff. So she never had any kids her own age to hang out with.
That's true.
So it was always with me. Even as a little kid, you're
That's
always
true.
with me. So
At work with you, usually, riding around on a little golf
I
cart.
kind of felt bad about that.
Well, it didn't turn out too bad.
Oh.
It didn't turn out too
So
bad.
far, so
You
good.
got a master's also?
I do. Yeah. I'm a
In-
clinical psychologist.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do that for the county now with
Kudos to you. That's good
probation
shit.
children. Yeah.
When did you get your master's?
In 2013, I finished.
10 years.
Yep.
10 years.
So
badass.
shit could have been worse.
Oh,
With
straight.
no kids,
high
no
sc-
pregnancies, no drugs.
Damn. Yeah,
Right?
there's not a lot. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people that don't have kids this age,
Yeah.
I sometimes I wish I go, damn, what would it be like? I love my life. I love
Yeah,
what has
of
happened,
course.
but I always think, what if I didn't have kids? Like
Do you think that sometimes?
No.
You don't think about what your
Never.
life would have been like without a kid?
Not once.
Lies. He wished I
Ever.
was a boy too, by the way.
He's
He wished he
kind
would have
of-
had a son.
he's kind
He
of
wished he
at
would've
the
had a son.
point where his life would be without kids. In a sense, you still have
No,
a
that's
kid,
true.
obviously.
that's true.
But from like responsibility wise,
Oh, yeah.
you know
I
what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
any responsibilities
That's what I'm
anymore.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, you
Yeah.
know? And that's what I say when I go, what would my life be like if I didn't have kids? Because who's to say it would be fucking any better because there is no responsibility.
Yeah.
And fuck, the only thing you said it, Art, and it did the same for me. The only thing that made me like straighten up was that I had a kid. I'm like, fuck,
Right.
Yeah.
I got a kid.
Right.
I got to straighten up. I can't be fucking around with the cops anymore and like
Right.
being a
Yeah.
little asshole and doing like dumb shit, you know?
Right.
So in that sense,
That
you
part
know,
was hard for
yeah.
me. But
yeah.
it's probably
Well, you
good.
joined the Navy right away
good that
too
it
to
happened.
get your life together at 18. You know.
Yeah, back in that day. Yeah. It was,
That was the way to go.
yeah.
It was jail or that. That's
Yeah.
usually kind of the
Honestly.
direction that it went sometimes. It was almost like
Vietnam, that whole thing. So
you in
Yeah, Dad was
Vietnam. My
Vietnam.
stepdad was in Vietnam. Yeah, very proud of it, you know, very proud. As you should be. What branch?
Navy.
Navy.
Yeah.
Navy.
I had the easy
4 years.
easy
You do
part.
you do your time and
6
or did
years.
you
6
did a
years
little
in the
more?
Navy, yeah. It was a good thing for me to do the time, 18, not knowing anything, but got to travel a lot of the world and see a lot of stuff that made me realize how good I had it back home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That
There's
makes
a lot of
sense.
third world countries that you see how people are starving and living from hand to mouth and doing whatever they can to survive. And
That's
I got hot water. Shit.
At
Yep.
the touch of a
Yeah.
button.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
just blew me
Yeah.
away. So it really
That's
opened
cool.
my eyes a
My
lot
son wants to
to
join the Navy.
the world.
That's good.
I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's if you're kind of like a directionless right now, I think it's a good thing. Maybe learn a trade. Yeah, I did, and so it worked out well for. I didn't want to stay in, but I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
So,
I think
Experience.
that's what you can, if you don't know, you can learn a trade.
Yes.
You can learn like a lifelong skill from it. If
Exactly.
anything, like you may not be into the whole
School.
discipline, schooling, training, all the stuff that's going to be required of
Yeah.
you, the rules, for goodness sakes, because there's
Yeah.
rules up
Well,
the ass. You're owned by the government
there you go.
in that sense.
There you go.
You know, county employees, we are as well in that,
Yep.
you know, so
Yeah.
when you do that though, if you're not into that whole part of it, you can always walk into it looking for a trade.
Sure.
You know, and coming out with a lifelong skill that'll help. Welding, that shit will never go away.
Yeah.
you know?
Electrician,
Yeah.
plumber,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
Well, to your point of rules and stuff, that was huge. I mean, because you're there, they got you. So it's like, okay, now you're in situations you have absolutely no control over and you can't do anything about. You learn how to cope, or you're just going to be in trouble all the fucking time. So
Yeah.
I grew up a lot, so I'm glad I did it. Yeah.
It puts things in perspective, man. Like
It does,
you said,
absolutely.
we think
Oh.
we always have the shit
Oh my God.
bad here.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, you go to other places until you've gone and visited
yeah.
other places.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
people here that have
Absolutely.
that will be advocates for the craziest shit. And it's like you probably never even crossed the border and seen
Right.
what it's
Yeah.
like
You don't know.
for the
I have
Mexicans
no
on the
clue.
side of the street.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like 50 miles down the street from you. This is
Right.
what's happening.
Right.
You ain't ever seen it.
Well, it's like today, my power was out from 8 to 5 for repairs or whatever.
And we're
You're like,
bitching
"Fuck, I
and
have no
moaning. and
power."
complaining.
My daughters are waking up and they're like,
There's
Dad,
no internet.
yeah, they're like,
There's no TV.
the Wi-Fi won't work.
Yeah.
I'm like, the power's out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You'll survive.
I
We're
got
so
the generator
dependent.
in the backyard, and I'm like
Oh,
plugged into the
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Oh,
There
my
are two
God.
TVs, and I'm like, here. And I felt bad because I was leaving,
Yeah.
obviously, So I was like, here you guys, at least you guys have the TVs,
Yeah.
while I'm gone,
We're so
Did you go
dependent.
plug the generator in?
Yeah.
Fuck
For
yeah.
their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, dude.
What a dad.
I mean, the fact that I was leaving, you know what I mean? I felt bad. If I was staying, I would have just got him up, got him dressed, and walked out and went and did something. Probably.
Yeah.
But they were staying, waiting for their mom. I'm like, here, at least you guys have Wi-Fi and your two TVs. That's all they had was with the Wi-Fi and two TVs.
And you know what? Dad came to the rescue. They'll remember that shit
There you
forever.
go.
They'll be like, yeah, Dad came to
Yeah,
the rescue.
exactly.
Remember that time, Dad? left
Gave us the
generator off?
Wi-Fi.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Gibby.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no shit, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the raffle bike. Have you seen that raffle bike? We have a raffle bike that we're
Yes.
doing,
I love that
and
bike.
part of our buddy Gibby donated for us our contribution
Oh.
for us helping with that. A generator for us, and
Oh.
that's what Joe was using. I was like,
Oh.
he's like, you think I'm all, dude, fucking use that thing, dude.
Yeah.
Power goes out.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was cool. But now
Yeah,
we're all
threw it in the back.
self-sufficient when we go out to booths and shit like that.
That's
So,
cool.
well, you guys have a decent ride back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
LA.
which way you trying to go?
101 to the 5, I think. It's only like
101.
160 miles.
405 to the 5, LA. I
Hate
it.
LA.
Hate
I
it.
know that's the worst
Hate it.
part.
I yelled at them when I
Take
saw
the
them
one all
last
the way
time.
down.
I hated LA.
I know. She yelled, yeah, she's all,
Well,
fuck
I had to
LA,
split
I was
lanes like
split
130
lanes,
miles. That was
Yeah.
I bet you
awful.
get nicer weather taking the
Yeah.
126 to the.
To the 5.
The 5 wouldn't be
Probably would.
like the sa- like it
Five's
was-
gonna be
It'll-
trash.
Way more miles on us though.
Is it?
Up
Is it?
and then back. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
because they're gonna go out first before they start going
Yeah.
down
Okay.
and
Oh
shit.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
101 Actually, 101's probably good, nice weather too.
Oh yeah, it's not bad too.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's
beautiful
You're good.
today.
right to LA proper, probably.
It was split lanes all the way.
Whatever,
home.
you know, you deal with it.
Yeah.
It's part of it,
It's
right?
part of it.
Yep.
Be careful
Totally.
on that
Part of the gig.
405.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
everywhere. in LA.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially that 405 though.
Yeah.
When is Born Free
it's
then?
brutal.
End of June.
End of June.
June
Okay.
23rd.
Yeah. You'll be back by then, Dad, right?
You'll be back,
Oh,
You're
yeah,
back
yeah.
from Canada.
First week of June, I
and
think
you'll
I'll
be in
back.
town.
Yeah, both of us will be in
You'll
town.
be in town.
Oh, we
Probably.
own a house now. I'm never leaving because I'll have no
Well,
money.
you
I'll
might-
have no money. There'll be no more Sturgises. That's all done now.
Congratulations on
Thank
that
you.
shit.
That's
Thank
fine
you.
though. You
Fucking-
put in your time. You've done your miles.
Yeah.
and
Oh, I'm ready.
You know.
I'm ready to focus on
It's
that.
all right.
Yep.
Then
It's
down the
crazy
road,
that a
you
30
could do it again.
How
you know?
old?
I just turned 29 plus
29 plus
29
9.
plus 9.
29.
Mhm, yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy that a 38-year-old with a master's is barely being able to get a house. That's what the
That's
fuck.
true.
That's how
Hello,
crazy it is
right?
out here.
Yeah.
That's how
Jesus.
fucking crazy it is
Yep.
out here.
I was going to be a lifetime renter. I mean, that's my dad was rented my whole life. You know,
Yeah.
we talk
Some
about that all
people
the
say
time.
that's almost better because you have no
Sometimes.
commitment and
Yeah.
you just could walk away at
There's
any
that.
point.
Yeah, you
know?
can't call the landlord when something breaks in your house.
Yeah.
When you
No.
own it. It's
But
like,
we have a piece of San Diego now, so
Yep.
we're just
No,
gonna do
good
it. It's
for you.
it's an
Literally buying a piece of
old
land.
fixer upper, but
it's definitely
That's
you
what
know,
this is.
a
Yeah.
hit the button, clock on the book first
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
Never thought I'd be here for sure. And that's a great credit to my husband too. He made
Yeah,
that happen,
absolutely.
Worked hard.
So
absolutely.
he is an active duty, almost 20-year active duty Marine, and he busts.
Oh,
his
really?
butt. He's done 8 tours. He's been blown up in Iraq twice. Like
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart. Yep.
Mm.
He's an
Yeah, get
amazing
down,
man.
homeboy.
Much
Good dude.
respect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real good dude.
So he made this happen. So
Good.
grateful
for
to
him.
him eternally.
I
That's
love
when
it.
it means that much more.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't
that's
take
fucking-
anything of that for granted. My dad raised me. It would physically hurt me to take things for granted like that, you know, and I try to do what I can for my dad now. The roles have switched. Like it bothers him because I don't know how you want to phrase it, but I
Well-
try to show him how much I appreciate what he's done for me by like taking him out to breakfast or,
Yeah.
you know, buying him some
Yeah.
powder coating or whatever. But
Actions
I-
speak louder than
Correct.
words.
Yeah,
But I
it
look at
bothers
it as,
him.
you know,
It bothers
hey,
him.
I'm not looking for anything. You know, I did it because I love you and I wanted the best for you. I wasn't expecting anything in return, or you don't have to buy me things or buy my breakfast or whatever, you know.
But
To show me
it
you
brings
love me,
me
'cause I know
joy
you
to
do.
do that. So
as
Yeah, and that's
as
hard.
I'm
chil-
giving back.
And that's
as
kind of hard for
children,
me
when
to.
we're able to, and it does feel
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard
I
for
agree.
me to accept that. Not accept it, but
Well,
Accept it.
accept it, I guess.
It's
Yeah. So
I get
it's
it.
cool.
I think that
I
happens from-
appreciate it.
that happens at early as dads because my kid. There's been times where my oldest kid is like, "Here, Dad, here's the $20 that you paid for this. I want it." No, I'm not gonna. You know. So
yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, I
Sure.
get it. It's always that. No, I'm Dad.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know, type shit. No, I get it.
Yeah.
But also,
But it's cool. It's very cool.
she's
Yeah.
like she said, here, it's on record now.
Yeah.
It's stated.
Yeah.
She's doing it out of
Yes.
showing
I know.
Out of
appreciation.
love,
Yeah.
not obligation. You
Yeah.
know, those are 2 very different things.
In
So
spite of all this happening.
If you ever
In spite
feel
of you
bad, go
torturing
back
me.
to the podcast
Yeah.
and listen.
Yeah.
See?
See, you said
See?
It's
here,
on.
said
It's
here.
on record. It's
Yeah.
on record.
Yep.
It's in the interweb.
How many
That's
miles
right.
you have on that bike, by the way?
This one, I think, close to 50,000. I think that I've got recorded on it anyway. So
That's only 2 years old. He's only had it for 2 years,
Attaboy.
I think. And I just crossed 66,000 on a ride today, actually, in 3 years. So
yeah,
thanks, guys.
Congratulations
Yeah,
on that. Oh,
thank you.
cheers that it was with us too.
yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
that's
Thanks.
pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to take you up to 33 next time.
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
I'm ready to go rip
As
some
soon as
stuff.
it opens, the damn thing is fucking closed. I'm bummed about that because that's a really nice ride. But we'll take you.
We'll do
We'll
it.
take you up that way. But we're gonna come down, I think, for Born Free.
Yes,
That
let's
is
do
the
it.
plan, and I think I'm gonna see. I'll try. Get a sitter. I'll bring the wife
Okay.
down.
Yeah,
Maybe
love
I'll
to
just
see Aaron.
I'll make a weekend
Born
of
Free?
it.
So we're
Yeah,
planning that
Dude,
on
make a
Saturday.
weekend of it, bro.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send you the hotel that I got.
I'm thinking I could do first things first. Need to find someone to watch the kids. Then
Yeah.
then
no,
it's
and
on.
the dogs.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And
And
the
the dogs.
dogs.
Shit.
We'll
The other
See, this is
kids.
why I don't want to do
Too.
it. Yeah,
Friday after work, we'll ride out. That's when I'm riding out.
that'd be so
Okay.
bad. So
I
we're
wonder-
planning this for the Saturday then? We're planning this for the Born Free Saturday Or-
Meet
Yes.
with you guys, yes.
with us. You're
Yeah.
coming down to San Diego. Okay.
Yes, because I'll probably. When are
down
you
for
coming
that.
back?
Sunday
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same.
Okay.
I'll probably just come back Sunday morning.
Cool.
Are you riding down Friday night? You said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll have all day Saturday
Just hit
then.
me up.
Yeah.
We'll go to the mountains. We'll go
We'll meet
fucking
at Cook's
carve.
Corner, have some lunch, listen to the band for an hour, and then head to San Diego.
There it is.
Sounds good.
What shows are you hitting, or what events are you guys hitting so people can kind of see the bike or hang out? Which do you know if you're going to any ones?
Well, Oklahoma, and then I guess I'm not doing Born Free, obviously. We usually do.
Try to come to Live Fast.
Yeah, I definitely will try to come to Live Fast. I want to do Four Corners. We discussed that.
Yes.
I haven't been yet, but if anybody has the hookup about where to stay, because hotels are crazy. And then we're headed to Texas in October.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Here's a funny thing about this kid right here. She's such a
Stop telling my secrets.
Instagram queen. Oh my god! The last time
I am not.
The last time we were in Sturgis, just this last.
Here it comes.
No,
last
Dad.
year. So
Nobody cares.
We're cruising around downtown Sturgis, blah blah blah, and we hear, "Hey, are you Queen Douchebag?"
Oh my god!
Random people walking. I follow you on Instagram. Oh my gosh! Can we see your bike? Oh my god! And I'm just like, where am I?
It's a whole new. It's a whole world,
It
Art.
happens,
It
happens everywhere.
Oh, God.
Everywhere.
It's a whole world,
Oh,
man.
It's the
my
bike though. It
God.
doesn't have anything to do with me, and I really
She says.
When they
But
say
no,
that, you should
but
just
I'm
look at them and go,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bike though, right? Because I wanted to build a bike that people could relate to, and how it's taken me 6 years to get the bike here, and working overtime and taking side gigs and singing and getting, things like that to be able to build it over time. And so, I don't have, someone's not just handing me $80,000 to build a bagger, and I love that people love the motorcycle. It doesn't have to do with me. It has to do with the bike and how much people love it and what I've put into it over time and sweat and blood and tears. And that's what I love. I love meeting people all across the country when we go. I love talking to people about motorcycles. So anybody who wants to come talk to me about it, let me know.
Yeah.
And that's all my DMs are, by the way, because sometimes girls get dick pics. I never get that. I get, hey, what shocks are you running? Or, did you go 2 up in the front? And then we just go from there. No dicks, only
Thank
shocks.
goodness.
No dicks, only
no dick
suspension.
pics.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
dick pics.
Yeah. So
I don't even want to know that's a thing.
That's a thing, Art. It's a thing, Art.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, that's
rad.
Wow.
that's what we live in. We live in
Yeah.
a social media world now. It's
true.
for Joe and I, it's now it's kind of definitely part of our daily for sure. But the way I look at it, because it has all that type of shit, right? It comes with that weird stuff like, hey, aren't you Queen Douchebagger? Hey, aren't you Black Sheep?
Yeah.
Hey, aren't you Throttled Roots? And on, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
right?
kind of a little weirded out by it. On the other end
crazy.
of it, like I wouldn't be able to probably have this conversation with
right.
you
Yeah.
and
Right.
Mercedes
Right.
if it didn't exist.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
for us though, it's we're like, I mean, you guys see my shit. I'm fucking raw as shit.
Yeah.
I don't change nothing for. I don't take no retakes or. I don't do
That's
no
true. You filters.
Yeah. I don't
Sorry,
use
Joe. All
nothing.
girls use filters. So
That's fine and
Yeah.
dandy, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just raw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm me. And
Yeah.
I think once people realize that,
Sure.
you're real,
yeah, you
Right.
have to be authentic.
Absolutely.
they understand it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
absolutely.
And you get more respect out of it, and when they meet you, it's like, hey, bro,
Yeah,
you're the same person they met when they
Right.
saw you on Instagram.
Yeah,
They're just like,
absolutely.
Yeah,
oh,
you're not
this
in it
guy
for the
fucking-
notoriety
No,
or
hell
the
no.
fame.
Yeah.
or
I don't give
whatever.
a fuck if you
You're
follow
trying to
me or
put your
not.
shit
To
out
be
there.
honest
Yeah.
with you, dude.
Yeah.
That's
That
appreciate that.
That stuff just comes along with it sometimes. It's
Sure,
not
well,
what
I mean,
it's
that's-
not what you went
that's
into
okay.
it for.
No,
Yeah.
But it's
You
for
know.
the right reason.
and I
That's
love
good.
and I
Yeah.
love the
So-
people, you know what I
Totally.
mean, for that, and I
Right.
love everybody that follows me, and
Yep,
I
me too.
meet them, and I'm the same person that
Sure.
I am on there. I'm out here for a good time. We're not here for a long time. We're
Just
here
a
for a
good
good
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I
I'm
get
just
that.
living it.
I get the once in a while, like it's inspiring or it's good to see, or you're just, like
Yes.
you guys, like whether it's me riding or fucking Joe wheeling or whatever, or
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
showing that I'm like hanging out with my kids. Like I get that every once in a while from people. And I'm like, well, I guess although everyone's always competing, bickering, complaining, whining and groaning, because social media does that, there is some good that does come out of that shit.
Yes.
You know?
Sure.
And so for that reason, I like using it, and I'm glad that I have a platform and we build a platform to be able to do these type of things,
And it's
because
cool because people are actually listening to you.
Yeah.
I think they are.
I mean,
There-
once in a while.
and I think
One or
the
two,
reason-
anyway.
Well, what a
Maybe.
couple of them, maybe
That's
one or
because
two of
look
them.
at how real we are right now.
Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
reason- that's
Yeah.
why reason people listen.
Sure.
If-
Yeah.
For those that do,
Thank you.
Not sure
Thank
why
No,
you do.
I'm humbled as hell, it's
Same.
awesome, man.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, just even going to the events, like you said, I mean, we bump the music, we're doing what we do right here, having a good time, man.
I enjoy doing it. I like having
fun.
Joe sit here. I like just meeting the people that get to come through these chairs. I was actually thinking about it, and I'm always just kind of churning the brain on maybe what we can do better for the platform and the media and the brand, so to speak. And I was just thinking when I was setting this stuff up today, I'm going, man, you know what? This is episode like number 84, 85.
Wow.
I don't know,
Crazy.
something like that. I'm creeping up on the 100.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Creeping up on the 100. And so I was thinking about that in terms, and I go, oh, damn, I've got a lot of hours sitting behind this stupid microphone.
Mm-hmm.
And then in that terms, I thought of, well, you know what? That's cool and all. That's experience. That helps me do some of this stuff. But that's a lot of cool shit that I've heard along the way.
Yes.
And met some cool people.
Yeah, and met some good people. And
we should do like a 100th anniversary right here, bro.
Yeah.
All the guests,
all the guests will be cool.
100th party. Oh, I
that'd be
like
so
that
fun.
idea.
Yes.
a little ride party.
Well, if we're at
spiders,
okay, so
And
FYI,
everybody gets their little time on the session out in the middle. Right?
that might work, because if we do one a week, we sometimes do 2, sometimes 3 a week. But if we do one a week, that's like 15 weeks out. That's enough time to start planning and preparing for that. And that puts us when? Summertime? No. When would that put us?
I don't know.
I like this idea.
Is it around August 19th?
July.
I love this
Is
idea.
it around August 19th?
It's about 16 weeks out. So what are we in? May, June, July, August, September.
I'm liking it.
I'm liking this idea.
Okay.
I think something may have just happened right now.
Glad we could be a part of it.
Yes, if it does happen,
We're
definitely
back.
you guys are going to be back.
Yes,
We're going to be
we'll
hanging out. We did that for my birthday here. I think that's why Joe's trying to spin it, because I had a big old birthday bash here. Those doors open up.
And our birthday
so we brought all the motorcycles in through the back.
Oh,
so this
perfect.
year we're going to do a
Tandem birthday.
Tandem birthday.
My wife and I
Yes.
share the same birthday.
No. Oh, and
Oh, we're
Aaron
doing a
too?
triple
we're doing
birthday.
a triple.
Oh.
We're doing a
Should we
triple
same
birthday
day.
I'm
then.
in.
Same
Yep.
day, 4 years apart, same day.
Last year we did
Yeah.
a ride and ended up here.
Yeah, I
Maybe
did
we
a big
could
old
talk to
birthday
the
ride.
Garage bar or something. And
Yeah.
end
There
up.
you go.
Yeah,
Do a
we brought
podcast
in
from the
like
bar.
someone. I think someone wheelied or burned out through my garage real quick.
Yeah.
I let him
Real
do
quick.
a burnout on the
And my
concrete
foot.
back
Yeah.
there, and his foot probably.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was a good time. We brought him in here. We had a band here, but I'm liking this idea right about now, Joe.
job, Joe.
That may just fucking happen actually. So
There you
That's
go.
why I'm here.
Not just a pretty face.
Not just a pretty face. No, no. Well, I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was cool art. There's probably a ton more that we
So
could
much.
sit here and talk about and bullshit about.
I
But
got lots of secrets about
Yeah.
I'm sure that you do.
Oh man.
I'm
You can
sure
let
that
those
you
go on the
do.
100th
I'm an
anniversary
angel.
party.
There you go.
Angel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, save those ones for then. Yes, and maybe when we come down,
We'll
I'll
have more.
if Aaron's coming down in the car, I'll bring this stuff,
Okay.
and then we can do it
Great.
down there.
Let's talk more.
Yes, then we can
Mhm.
do it over at Mercedes' new house
Yeah,
over
my new
there.
house.
Yes.
Yep,
Are you
let's do
moved
it.
in already, or what?
No, we're gonna take a month and do our own.
But do you guys own the
renovations.
keys now? Like, or are you still going through the process?
No,
of,
escrow's closed. We own it.
you own it. You got the keys in hand. You're making a payment. Ugh.
Not till July 1st, but yes.
Ugh.
So, if either of you know how to do home shit, please come help us. Don't make that face, Joe.
Joe gave you the
Joe
face
knows
of,
how. I heard
do.
him say build
but-
something.
But
I
I'm
heard him
busy
say
that
build
day.
something. Yeah,
That's exactly
I
the
can do
face
what
he
I think I'm
gave.
going to be busy that day.
that's we need floors done.
That's
too, but
exactly-
the
If
bathroom
you
is
buy
what
the
we need help
material,
with.
I could do wood
That
floors.
sold. That's fine.
Really?
Yep.
Well, come over to the
I was
fucking
a
house.
contractor.
where we do
I was
my
a-
shit.
I had my contractor
You never told me
license,
that.
bro, for wood floors.
Oh my
dude.
god.
No shit.
Joe.
Yeah.
Come
Dude,
do our bathroom.
Man, all right. Well, I just learned I got another hookup
There you
over
go.
here, man.
There
Yeah,
you go.
you know I'll help you. I ain't gonna just leave you hanging there.
No, I
and shit.
got, you make my
Yeah.
cuts, I'm good. As long as I don't have to get up and down, I'm chilling.
We'll help you get up.
Mercedes, I know the feeling. We did about 5 months here of
Oh.
rehab before we moved in, and that was the tip of the iceberg with everything. I know the feeling.
I'm
when
so
was your
scared.
house built?
1960, and we have popcorn ceilings, which there's
We have-
asbestos
we-
all up in that bitch.
We had that.
That's
We had
easy.
that
Just-
also.
That's easy.
We're gonna scrape
Wet it
them.
down, scrape
Yeah.
it. That's easy.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, the whole cancer in the lungs.
If
You
you,
know,
no, but when
You know, there
when
is
with
you,
the
that.
cancer and the asbestos.
you wet it with the like a
Yeah, with the hose sprayer,
sprayer?
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
and then the asbestos isn't there
It's
no more
trapped.
when it's wet.
Right.
Okay.
yeah. It's
Well-
better.
You don't
Wear a mask though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wear a
Oh,
mask.
yeah.
Wear
Yeah,
a mask.
cover-
Wear a
cover.
mask, but that's disguises it.
Yeah.
It shows like it's fine.
You
Just
don't
do
want
it.
any powder.
Yeah.
You don't want any powder.
Well,
Okay.
I'm gonna advise you. Maybe you will, and if you do, fuck yeah. But we also said we weren't. It was gonna be about 3 months, and we ended up like 5. Your
We
month,
got 30 days
but your month to do what
to do everything I want to do. Floors, painting, bathroom, backyard.
Oh shit.
Oh,
And we have to do it all
I
ourselves
know.
because we have no money.
No.
So we're taking all of our savings, what we have, and putting it into it, and we're doing it ourselves.
Backyard. How much backyard? Because
We
I know
need
what my
somebody who knows how to
fucking
do
backyard.
concrete. If anybody knows how to do
I got a concrete guy.
Well, everybody has a concrete guy, but I
No,
can't
but
afford a
we gotta
$7,000
have
to
one down
$10,000
there.
concrete
We have
guy.
one down there.
We're gonna fucking pour concrete ourselves. Is how it's gonna go.
You just
I
need
mean,
concrete.
YouTube.
Hit up Rogie.
Okay.
He's got his
Yeah.
pool done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, no,
regardless,
she
we're
needs
doing it
to.
ourselves. So if anybody wants to come
He's
help,
down that way.
feel free.
Yeah. Concrete. We did this recently within the
Flooring.
past 2 years.
I don't
Backyard.
say that.
I'm telling you. That's
Don't
why.
say that.
And okay, and when I don't know what the extent of what you want to do is, but you said 30 days. I know what this backyard took. I don't know what you want to do in your backyard, but depending on what it is,
We're gonna put
30
a giant
fucking
shop
days ain't gonna
for
happen. I'm gonna
motorcycles.
tell you that shit.
I focus on the house now. I focus on my house right now, not the backyard.
Yeah.
We want to put a big shop for the bikes so where Randy can
too.
work on them, but I mean, I don't. Yeah, so we're gonna have to be very motivated. But
I want to do the same. I want to knock this whole thing down.
yeah,
I want to knock this down. And so my driveway goes all the way through.
so cool.
And I want to build a big giant aluminum
Yes,
building shop
that's
in the
what we're
back
gonna
out
do,
there.
yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
how I would love to have this property set up. But one thing at a time, I needed to do the backyard because the kids were coming. It was dirt. Or my
Oh, it looks so
backyard
good,
was
though.
dirt for like 2 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so is ours, and it's huge. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
got
a
a big
pretty
lot
big-
also?
kind of
Big-
like yours. Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
backyard.
Yeah.
That's why we bought. Is that why you bought? Because of the land size?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The house is old and dingy. I mean,
That's what
Yeah.
that
That
was.
doesn't matter.
That's what it
though.
still is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just could make something, especially with the property.
The
Yeah.
property is
Yeah.
what always. Yeah.
Yeah,
Property
so-
taxes is fucking stupid over there.
well, yes, but we just found out that because Randy's a Purple Heart, he will not have to pay them once he
What?
Once he retires.
How cool is
yes.
that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, once he
awesome.
retires.
2 years. 2 years.
That's
2 years,
awesome.
2 years.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a big
huge.
benefit.
Yeah,
That's
San Diego
huge.
property taxes
Oh,
are
yeah.
outrageous.
Stupid.
Stupid.
Did you roll all of your shit into one thing?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
They're like, you want to pay your taxes on your own?
No.
I'm like, fuck, no, I won't pay that shit.
Yeah.
I'll fucking spend that shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'll end up doing.
Motorcycle parts.
Yeah, ooh, I can afford a motorcycle
Yeah.
payment.
More
Go find
tattoos.
a- Yeah,
Yeah,
nope,
exactly.
nope, nope.
Tattoos.
Roll all that
Tattoos, yeah.
shit right into one.
Yeah, we're trying to be responsible adults, but it's hard because we love buying stuff for our motorcycles.
But
So
You'll find a way.
on the flip side, you don't have
Only
kids.
fans.
You'll
You don't
fall-
have
feet
kids. That
pictures.
helps.
Feet
you'll,
pictures.
You'll fall into your payments. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your
that's
food
true.
Right, and
I
you'll
mean,
be fine.
Feet
Like
pictures, feet
daycare and
pictures.
stuff. Jesus, that's
Yeah,
insane.
I don't know how you're
daycare
doing it,
nowadays. I don't
Ray,
even
honestly.
know how
I don't
people
know
do it.
either.
How do people
Yeah.
do it?
I have a
We have
word.
in-laws. You have in-laws.
The in-laws are helping tremendously.
Yeah.
By the way, in-laws, I don't want you to move to Oklahoma. I'm saying it on
Please
the
don't
record
leave.
right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It is. I don't
Yeah.
know how I'm doing it either. My wife has a good job. I'm blessed. I thank God that I do.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative that I am, but I have a good job. My wife has a good job, but on the flip side of that, I also umpire softball fucking two
Yeah,
nights
side-
a
side
week. I'm
hustles.
fucking like trying to work on somebody's bike to make a little bit more of a buck here and there.
Yep.
It's always fucking like grind.
Yeah,
It's always
totally.
like trying to find ways to make money.
Right.
And I've lived here all of my life, so that's the way that I know.
Yeah.
Right. If I
Yeah.
lived somewhere else, we wouldn't have to do all that stuff, but we have to do that stuff
That's
to
true.
live here. But I don't know how we do it either. Sometimes I scratch my head and go, wife, how the
Where's
fuck
all the
are we
money?
doing? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, fuck the money. Like, how are we doing this? How
Yeah.
are we even fucking
Right.
making this happen?
Yeah.
You know, but
There's only 24 hours in a day, man. You need like 40
yeah.
hours in a
Oh
day.
fuck, man.
It's crazy. I don't know
Yeah.
how you do it.
Yeah.
But you
Not
know what? The
now.
good thing is that all goes away when you retire.
I feel like this is another like
Yeah,
jealous
hit,
moment. Yeah, a
hit.
little fucking jab in
Yeah.
the fucking ribs.
Nice, Dad.
He's been getting me since this
Yeah.
morning.
All day long, he's been fucking on me, man.
How'd
Have you been
how'd you
disturbed?
guys like breakfast?
Yeah.
Breakfast
So
good?
good. So good.
Excellent.
Breakfast was
Thank
great.
you.
Alright.
Thank you for
But,
that. I appreciate that.
Good.
Dad always says 6 Saturdays and a Sunday.
That's my
what he's
week.
got. Yeah.
6
6
Saturdays.
Saturdays and a Sunday.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Yep.
Cheers
I don't
to
even
that
know what
shit.
day it is half the time. I call her. And,
Is it
What
Wednesday?
day-
Oh
is
my
today
God,
Wednesday?
Dad, I'm hanging up on you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
fucking wait. I got a long way to go, but I can't
Same.
fucking wait.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't
awesome.
wait, yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Thanks.
I recommend it.
Yeah.
Well,
Highly.
I want to make sure that you guys get back. I know you have
Yep.
some stuff that you need to attend to tonight.
Oh,
this was a good ride up here for you guys to begin
Thank you,
with.
guys.
It was
Thank
fun
you.
to do. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Mercedes.
Thank you.
was-
We appreciate you
Yeah, I
guys.
hope
Nice
you
to
had a
meet
good.
you.
Did
Pleasure.
first
Pleasure.
podcast, right? First podcast.
Ever, yeah.
Pop your
Yeah.
cherry. What'd you think? Yeah, it was good.
I guess.
No comparison.
No
No
comparison,
comparison,
right?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
then say
I'll
fuck yeah,
listen
it
to
was
it.
the best.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'll listen to it. I'll listen
You are
to
the
it.
best.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, you guys ride back safe. Thank you guys very much for coming and hanging out. And we're going to come hopefully see you down there at
for sure.
Born Free that weekend. I'm going to get with Joe and safe ride back home. Art,
Yes.
thank you very much. Mercedes,
Love you
thank
guys.
you very
Love
much.
you guys. Love you,
Joe, as always, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yep.
Till the next one.
My
All right,
pleasure.
later.